Good evening, everyone. Welcome to
No,
M3
my
TV
my
News.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, hey, First Lady Tammy, you're unmuted. So
Sorry,
much for that intro.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I thought I was still muted. I so apologize. I so apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's all too good. I mean, not every introduction can be done perfectly, right? Oh well. Well, this is Knowledge in Relationships M3 TV News, the stream that does give you the best news. This is your boy M3. I have First Lady Tammy with me, and I have a special guest, Miss Southern Belle Spear.
Yay, hi.
How you doing, sis? And we have Mr. If You Know, You Know 84. What's good, everyone? How's everyone's topic today?
Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get my headset
Mm-hmm.
together. Am I live? Am I live?
Yes,
M3,
Yes, you are.
M3, we live, baby. We live.
we are live
Woo!
in the flesh. Well, computers.
Hey. I got everybody in the building there. I got the Sis Southern Belle Sphere up in here. What's going on? Got First
I'm
Lady Tammy.
wonderful. Yeah.
I got First Lady Tammy, you know what I mean? She texted Tyrone, what's going on, girl? You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Not Tyrone. Oh my. Oh, I'm just playing.
Yeah, we like
Oh, Tyrone.
we always do that to Tammy. I want to give a personal shout out, man, to somebody really special to me, man. Somebody who really inspired this show. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to the sister that lost her life, man, over the weekend. That we about to play the video clip of her. You know what I'm saying? And I got definitely give her a shout out, man, because she's definitely a huge inspiration of why we did our show. She's one inspiration of why we did our show. And I just want to say before we start, you know, rest in peace to Miss USA. You know what I mean? She
Mhm.
knows she is. We'll get more into that in a minute, but definitely rest in paradise, sister. I'm sorry that people didn't take whatever you was going through seriously. I'm sorry that you felt like you couldn't reach out to people or people didn't really care about what was going on because now that things are the way that they are, what I mean, I just feel really bad that this had to happen. So I just definitely want to say that. And I definitely want to say thank you to Auntie JP the aspiring patriarch. You know what I'm saying? Much love to you, sis. Thank you for inspiring me to do this topic. And thank you for allowing me to have a voice on the topic that I know you covered over the weekend, and you definitely asked me to cover it, and for me to give my expertise and for me to get my energy on it. So, thank you, Auntie. I really appreciate you. Definitely, everybody, like and subscribe to JP, the aspiring patriarch, and yeah, show her some love on YouTube, man. She has some great content. She's always in a good mood, and she plays music. All right, so if you got a theme song, she gonna hook it up for you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, much love to her, man. You know what I mean? I know she's probably watching on YouTube right now, but yeah, much love to her for real. You muted in three.
Dang, I just gave a quick speech, but shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to you guys in the panel. The first shout out I want to give is to Sir Hill Speaks. He came in
Salute,
the
Sir
building. This is
Hill.
excellent topic, So I just want to let you know if you're still here, Sir Hill, definitely salutes to you. And then salutes to Sophia Sharif. It's a
Salute,
nice
Sophia
relationships
Sharif,
with a lot of
sister.
love
Yeah,
and prayers
salute,
as well
sister.
too for the sister as well. Shout
She
outs
always
to
showing love for
K
real.
Mary.
Shout out to K
Mental
Marion,
health
definitely.
should be taken seriously. Oh, I do need to read this real quick before we start. So,
Definitely.
mental health should be taken seriously, very seriously. So, let's talk about it. Welcome to hashtag Knowledge and Relationships. We're here to discuss leads. We're here to discuss lead to solutions. Um, National Self Harm Prevention Line is 1-800-273-8255. This is a serious topic because it does, talk about situations when some people decide that the world is too much for them, and hopefully leads to positive solutions. We are not therapists. Knowledge Relationships is an entertainment channel. Yes, we are, but we take issues like self harm very seriously. So call 24/7 to talk to live individuals who are so glad to choose life and seeking help. Take one day at a time. And there's a link that she also shared. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We look forward to seeing you on the chat and the panel of our topics as well. Have a great night and enjoy the live stream. Stay tuned for the replay. For the replay and for many more. And so we also want salutes to Miss OG Patrice. Greetings
Salute,
and
OG
salutations.
Yeah.
She's a very talented sister. Definitely support her as well. And then we have Mr. King Jean. Thank you for tuning in,
Salute,
Mr. King Jean.
Word.
Salutes to Knowledge Relationships to the panel. We have Quentin Harris. Yo, what it do? What it do?
Shout out to Grizz, man. What up, Grizz?
Shout
I
out to
spoke to Grizz earlier. Yeah.
Oh, nice,
shout out to
nice.
them. Yeah.
All right. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. So, tonight's topic is mental health not taken seriously for Black people? Before I even bring up the questions, I just want to say that when it comes to mental health, I feel like it's not really, in my personal opinion, I feel like it's not really taken seriously across the nation. And I feel like we need to come together to help build and talk more about these issues. You never know what people is going through. And so we will be talking about, if I pronounce her name right, Chesley Christo. No, sorry, Chesley Chris. Because she is one of the people who, I think she won the Miss USA, pretty young woman. But unfortunately, she...
Yeah, Miss USA 2019.
2019. All right, thank you. Unfortunately, she did take her own life at the age of 30. And I think this happened, some people say it was like either last night or early this morning. And, it's really sad. It really breaks my heart because, one, a lot of people will normally just say, well, she's too pretty to pass away. I'll just say it like that, due to YouTube's regulations. But the thing is that it doesn't matter if you're pretty or you're not. It's that that person was going through something so traumatic enough to just feel like the world was just not good. It just wasn't worth living. And so we want to ask these questions and we want to get to these solutions. And hopefully you guys, as you ladies and gentlemen are hearing us, maybe you guys could take note or give us some feedback on this. Well, anyways, let me go ahead and start off with the question number one. Based on the video, do you think sorry, I gotta play the video first. My bad. So let me do the screen share. Sometimes your boy be slipping, but let me see. All right. Now, for the sake of, copyright issues, what I've done was I kind of changed the speed of it. So hopefully it could work. But anyways, we're going to play this right now. So before we do this, let me go ahead and put on fair use. All right. And okay, that'll be better. All right, so let's go ahead and play this.
You maybe saw this shocking news last night or woke up to it this morning, the tragic death of former Miss USA and extra correspondent Chesley Chris, who died by apparent suicide Sunday morning. We're going to check in with our Dr. Ashton in just a moment to tell you about warning signs and also help for family members who may have lost someone to suicide. But right now, let's check in with ABC News Live anchor Lindsay Davis.
And just remember, I do have to pause and then skip a little bit just for fair use policy. So bear with me on this one.
Morning to you.
Hey, good morning. This is a tough one, TJ. This is a young woman who showed so much promise, multiple degrees, a beauty pageant winner from a big family in North Carolina, who not only worked on extra TV, but also worked at a law firm on behalf of prisoners to get them reduced punishments. And she did that for free. But
so as you could probably hear, like she was a lawyer as well too. She was more than just a pretty face. She was actually doing something and serving the community and tried to help, prison inmates.
Often we just don't know what people are dealing with personally. And yesterday morning, she reportedly got up and decided to end it all, jumping to her death in Manhattan apartment building.
North Carolina.
This morning, immense shock and sorrow after the death of former Miss USA Chesley Christ, the 30-year-old apparently dying by suicide. Her devastated family writing in a statement, her great light was one that inspired others around the world with her beauty and strength. She cared, she loved, she laughed, and she shined. Just hours before her death, this photo was posted to Chris' Instagram with the caption,
Wow, I didn't even peep that one when I first saw this. But her last post was, "May this day bring you rest and peace." All right, I'm going to skip this a little bit.
attorney with a master's in business from Wake Forest University, represented North Carolina in the Miss USA pageant, crowned the top title in 2019.
Mine is the first generation to have that forward-looking mindset that has inclusivity, diversity, and strength and empowered women.
She appeared on GMA to celebrate a historic win for Black women in the top 4 pageants that year.
I think there are times where I am disappointed because people will sometimes comment on our social media and they'll say, "Why are we talking about your race? Like, you guys are just 4 amazing women." I'm like, but there was a time when we literally could not win.
She then competed in the Miss Universe competition, placing in the top 10, and went on to be a correspondent on Extra, the entertainment show, issuing a statement saying, "Our hearts are broken. Chesley was not just a vital part of our show, she was a beloved part of our Extra family and touched the entire staff. Our deepest condolences."
All right, I'm going to skip for a little bit.
A Facebook page where she wrote that she did a lot to maintain her own mental health, including talking to a counselor. I talked with a good friend of hers last night, and I asked, how would you describe her to people who never had the chance to meet her? And he said, just such a light, genuine, down to earth, full of life. TJ.
All right, Lindsay, and I'll pick up on that point there, Dr. Ashton, that we have mutual friends. And yes, I found out from a friend, a colleague of hers, this is what she said about her. She was the person who never had a bad day.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause real quick. So, as you could hear, one of her friends says she was a person who have never had a bad day. Now, we all know that, we all have our good days and we all have our bad days. But I wonder how vulnerable what she was when she was going through her bad days. Let me go ahead and play the rest of the video.
So what warning signs are we supposed to be?
Well, I think the first most important thing is if you've lost someone to suicide, this is not your fault. It can be difficult to pick up on these because, again, what's on the surface obviously may not reflect what someone's going through inside. But again, if you can break it down to things they say, ways they behave, and moods that they express. So examples would be, people giving away their possessions and their pets even, stating that they feel.
All right, so I'm going to just pause this real quick, just so, everybody could just take a look. So, if you have a friend that's going through these phases, people giving away possessions, pets, stating that they are a burden, withdrawn, changing work or social behavior, expressing that they lost all hope. So when you have people that talk like that or is acting in a certain way, this is meant for you guys to really act and take this very seriously.
feel that they're a burden or that they're trapped, acting withdrawn, a change in their behavior at work or in a social setting, and then expressing feelings that they've lost hope and that they're helpless. Those can be some of the warning signs.
What do you do to go about, if you're worried about somebody, what is that first step to help?
The first and most important thing, TJ, is you have to actually ask them, are you having thoughts of suicide or self-harm? This will not put an idea in their.
All right, so I'll pause this again so you guys can just take a close look. So what can we do? Ask a person if he or she is having these type of thoughts or self-harm. Don't leave them alone. Assure them that there's always hope and help, and acknowledge the pain to bring. Acknowledge the pain. Bring to ER if necessary.
Their head, and if they answer yes, take that seriously. Do not leave them alone. Assure them there's always hope and help. Acknowledge that you can see they're in pain, and if necessary, bring them to an emergency room and get professional help. That is so important. It is scary when someone tells you that they're having these thoughts, but there are professionals that can help you help them.
All right, this is where you can get help, the National Suicide Prevention.
Okay, and then last, let me switch this around. You could also, call this number as well too, or text as well. All right, so, all right, that concludes the video. Now let me go ahead and read the chat's responses because a lot of people have something to say, and then we're gonna get to the questions. So let me see. We'll start off with. Let me see. I need some music for my films and shows. I have a few friends who go through mental health. Okay. Sir Hell says, very true, M3. Yes, definitely fair use. God bless the moderators. Sir Hell Speaks says, my heart goes out. Salute to you all. Prayers and a gift. We have also Arshawn Dave on the Twitch side. So salute to you, my brother. Down good hearts. And Sophia says, see, it was a time earlier this year that I said I had my Robin Williams cape on. Melissa Jane was the only one who caught it, and I got better after she DM'd me. A sister held my hand to assistance. Wow. Okay. Whew. Man, that was a heavy video. Well, before I get to number one, what's everyone's feelings right now? Anyone want to go? Anyone want to answer it?
I'll go first. There are a few things in there, just the way she chose to go, was just devastating in itself. The way she chose was just, just any way you choose. I hated to hear that. That's man. So it's interesting because I find the warning signs interesting, just because I feel like, yeah, those are warning signs, but there are a lot of times people don't show those warning signs, and people think that that person is fine and everything's okay. Those specific things it's listing, they're not doing those. And when people put on this happy face, people think that everything is fine. So you never check in on those people that look like they have it all together. You never check in on those people that are acting like everything is great and fine. And the next thing you know, something like this happens. Everybody's like, oh, I never knew. Oh, they seemed like they were so happy. They seemed like they were this, they were seeming like that. And you never know. So when I see those warning signs, I find it interesting because sometimes there are not any warning signs because that person is putting on this facade of that they are okay. So doing things like giving away pets and saying that, that their life is this, all those different things, there are some people that are not doing those things. So they're not making it obvious that there is an issue within them that is not being addressed. So I find it very, very interesting. I feel like to say like the warning signs is almost like saying, well, look out for these things. Look out for these things. And if you see these things, then you go ahead and ask these questions. Rather than saying something like, check in on everybody. Check in on the people that are acting like they're okay. Because a lot of times they say they're okay and they're really not. And that's one thing that I do. I always call people and they always say, oh, what's going on? I'm like, I'm just calling to see how you're doing. Like I even did a check-in with one of my students and she said she was going through something. And I was just asking her how her day was going. So I find it interesting when they do the warning signs, because that's when people choose to do that, they didn't always show signs that they were going to do that. So yeah, you should pay attention to the warning signs, but you need to check in with the people that are always okay. Like when he said that she never had a bad day, nobody ever checked. I'm thinking that nobody ever checked to see if she was having a bad day, because she looked like she was never having a bad day. So when somebody looks like everything is great, people assume everything is great. If somebody is not out there saying, oh, you know what, my life is worthless, you know what, I'm just getting I don't have any place to be, I say all these negative things, that's the person that you're going to ask questions about, like, oh my gosh, is everything okay? Are you having these thoughts? But somebody who's not acting like that, the assumption is that everything is fine and everything is great. Like people at my job probably think everything's something. They may think that about me because I've truly never had a bad day. And I'm always in a good mood. And so I never have, like I'd say my sister, she will call me and say, I'm just calling to see how you're doing. She does a check-in with me, which I appreciate. And I do check-ins with people because it's like you never know what somebody is going through. And I do this with my students. I have conversations. Sometimes we don't even get to the lesson because I talk to them a lot of times and they say somebody may be going through something and you have no idea. So be very mindful of the things that you say, because people are always going through things and they're not always willing to tell you. I mean, I'm thankful that I have students that will talk to me and tell me things, but not all students are going to do that, and not all people are going to do that. So, and I like what OG Patrice says, check on your strong people too. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you need to do, because that's things like those are the people that don't get checked on, because people think that everything is fine because they are acting like everything is fine. And so, like I said, the warning signs, yeah, you want to pay attention to those, but just check in on people, because there may be somebody who's having those thoughts and they're making it look like everything is okay. So yeah, warning signs are good, but not everybody is going to have those obvious warning signs. Some people are not going to have those warning signs at all. And those are the ones where when somebody does do that, people are always shocked. People are always surprised. Like, oh, they seem like they were always happy. They seem like everything was great. And obviously everything was not, but they may not have had anybody checking in on them to make sure that they were okay. Because that's the thing, is that people go through things all the time that they don't always tell everybody about. Because the reality is you can't tell everybody your business. You can't talk to the people that you might think you can talk to that you can't talk to. You can't tell everybody. And so that's the thing, is that you have to be very mindful of who you tell your business to, because you tell someone your business and then they go and tell someone else your business. So you have to be careful about that. But like I said, you need to check in with everybody. You need to check in with everybody, not just the people that are making it seem like, that they're upset, that they're sad. Check in on the people that are everything is going okay, just to make sure everything is going okay. Because you might call and they'll be like, I'm so glad you called. I was just been going through some stuff and I've been putting on a good face. Just check in on everybody, even the people you think are fine. Just do a check-in just to make sure they're fine. Because you might be that person that check-in you did is the thing that actually saved their life. So those are my thoughts.
Thank you, First Lady Tammy, for that. Well, I need to welcome DJ Eddie King. I need to welcome.
Hello. Cheer.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Um, Pharaoh, before I get to you, I gotta get Southern Bells like a ping to this. Matter of fact, let me just start off with question number one. Based off the first question, do you think Black mental health is taken seriously?
No, and I just want to say I totally agree with what Tammy was saying, and I think she brought up so many great points. I loved your answer, girl. But no, I don't think it's taken seriously. Like just me from a Southern standpoint, like we're taught to just pray about it, tell Jesus about it, like to where I'm from in my culture, prayer fixes everything and the Bible has all the answers, and I'm not disagreeing with that. A lot of people find solace in religion and comfort, but I do feel like definitely sometimes within our community you need to seek professional help. Like you need to go to a therapist, you need to be evaluated by a psychologist or whatever it may be. So I definitely don't think it's taken seriously, at least from my perspective and my experience.
Okay, thank you, Miss Southern Bell. Okay, DJ Eddie King. Do you mind if I get to Pharaoh first and then I'll get to you?
Yeah, sure.
All right, thank you. And my condolences, Miss OG Patrice.
Yeah, condolences to OG Patrice, man. Definitely.
My condolences, OG.
And then Ian Alexander Jr., who's related to
Regina King.
Regina King, yes.
Son. Yeah.
Passed away from self-harm too. So
Yeah.
So Pharaoh, welcome to the building, man. Good to see you. Long time no see, man.
The King of Entertainment. Pharaoh, what's good, baby?
What's good, everybody? What's good?
What's
Thank you. Yes, it's good to be here.
Yeah,
are you still minding your own business?
Yep, still minding my own black ass business.
I love when he said that. I'm sorry. I love when he said that though.
Of course.
So, by the way, salutes to Red Lipstick Vibes. Thank you for tuning in, sis.
Yeah, salute to Red Lipstick Vibes. And a few, I'm about to send out the blast for all the content creators. So content creator blast, IG blast. I'm about to send all that through in a minute. But yeah, we discussing this first. But yeah, go ahead, Pharaoh.
Yeah, Pharaoh, did you get a chance to watch the video
about
Celeste?
Miss USA.
Celeste Crystal? Yes.
Yeah, I didn't watch the video, but actually I was reading on the news a lot of things, and even in what you guys just said about Regina King's son about committing suicide, and that's this right here is a very strong subject because I deal with mental health, and a lot of people don't think that because I look the way I look that I'm not going through something on a daily basis. I'm going through something on a regular daily basis. So them for everything that's happened, it's a condolences to the families of them and everything like that. It is a very strong thing that nobody in the Black community really does not take seriously because they want to just sweep it under the rug. But I feel, and this is just me, I feel that if we all really make it more aware as Black people, it'll be common to basically be like, hey, yo, how you doing? What's your day like? Yeah, you want to hang out sometime? And sometimes people will say that they don't have time, but I think that's the key to change, in that to be aware of the person that has mental health, be a friend, and always, like First Lady said, just make that phone call, like, hey, how you doing? Are you good? You okay today? Because you never know when somebody's last day has come. Because I went through 3 suicide attempts, and it is a mother effort. I am telling you, it is a mother effort, and your mind is just thinking you need to do it just because you can get rid of the pain, but the pain is just internal more than it is external. And yeah, you just want somebody to tell you, hi, how's your day doing? So yeah, I could definitely tell you that I've gone through a lot of experiences with dealing with this, and I'm still dealing with it, so it doesn't go away.
Thank you for sharing that, Pharaoh. Because mental health is definitely tough, man. You are not the only one that battles through it, I went through it, myself as well, and a few others that I know as well. Some people got the help that was needed, and others, unfortunately, did not survive through it. That is something um, that a person has to battle the demons within his or her own self, and then fight to try to get the help, but really open themselves so they could find somebody they could trust to help them out in these situations.
Yeah, finding someone to trust is it all depends on who you know to trust. Like if you even know you can try and go to family, but family sometimes will be the worst enemy because they'll make it seem like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you, but then it's like, no, there's seriously something wrong with me. I need you to say something nice, or I need you to like talk me off the edge of doing something, because you never know you will never know. So it's like it's a very strong subject.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely is.
Yeah.
Let me get to DJ Eddie Kane, but I also have
Yes.
to hold on, wait. Actually, I also have to welcome
Hey, Queen.
Forever
Hey
2K in the
guys, how
building
are
as well
you?
too.
What's going
Hey
on?
Queen, hey
Hello,
Queen.
hello.
Hello.
Happy Monday.
Hello.
Happy Monday,
Hello.
I guess. I'm gonna save the energy when we get to Friday, okay? Okay, DJ, I'm gonna let you go next because I did promise it that you was gonna go next, and then
Okay.
Queen, you'll go after DJ Eddie, and then follow up with Mr. You know.
Okay. Hit me with the question.
So it would be the same question, and that is based off of the video.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, did you get a chance to see the video?
No, sir. I had just came back from home from work.
Okay, that's gonna be a tough one. Well,
But just break it down quick. Give me the quick steps.
Well, Miss USA from 2019 had pretty much took her own life, basically. And so the question is, do you think mental health for Black people is taken seriously?
I don't think it's not taken seriously. I think that we need more help, but also I'm not saying all of us, but a lot of us. But I just want to say that if those out there that need help, I think that the professionals need to start asking the right questions. Because a lot of times they're not asking the right questions. First of all, you don't sit up there and ask them, are you thinking about suicide? First of all, that's going to piss them off. And later on down the road, they might end up doing suicide because of what you said. So I feel like if in order to help them, you have to use that positive energy to what they like, make them feel comfortable. Don't even think about negativity. Oh, are you okay today? Are you? That's just gonna piss them off. You could say, hey, good morning. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, did you eat today? Oh, okay, cool. Don't ask them, well, how are you feeling? Oh, do you feel like going out and choking this lady across the street? Do you feel like biting the mailman? Like they shouldn't ask them these type of questions. It's just going to piss them off. And next thing you know, they're going to want to try to harm you for you even asking that. Of course, they're going to deny it. Of course, they're going to say, no, I'm not thinking about this. No, I'm not thinking about that. I think they're asking the wrong questions. And I think and truly believe they need to start being more positive and ask the right questions. And, but it's not, to me, it's not taken seriously, and it should be taken seriously, but it's not. That's my thought on that.
All right, I appreciate your thoughts, DJ Eddie King, and also people in the chat, please take the time to get the likes up. If you're new, definitely subscribe if you like it, but most importantly, if possible, please find a friend and share this video out, because I feel like this video will be definitely important for people, because you never know who's going through something. So please take the time to share the videos. Kings are committing suicide twice in the rate of their white counterparts, mostly due to bullying and racism. That part I do agree, Miss OG Patrice. Okay, Queen.
Yes.
Did you Well, let's say I'm assuming you probably didn't get a chance to watch the video, but if you did, do you think that black mental health is taken seriously?
No. What was the brief? Can you give me a brief description of the video? I didn't see it.
So, like I was explaining to DJ Eddie King, a lady that we call Miss USA 2019. Her name
Oh
is
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I
Chesley
know.
Chris.
Yeah,
I saw
RP
that.
to her too. You know.
Yeah. Um, no, it's not it's not taken seriously, but I think in our community we have to take it more seriously. I think not everybody handles trauma the same way. And when you look at the Miss USA, you would say, "Oh, what happened? She has everything." Blah blah blah. But it's looking beyond what you see. Even Robin Williams, you know, um, mental health is not a joke, and it's shunned upon. So a lot of people hide it, and they deal with it in different ways. They may run to drugs, they may run to alcohol, or you know, to try to fit in. But no, I don't think it's taken seriously. I think I do believe we need more Black therapists and psychologists
Hmm.
to deal with the trauma because they understand what it's like to be Black in America. So, yeah, I think that's one thing that needs to change in order for it to not. It's hard. It's hard to sit across. I dealt with going to therapy with the loss of family members, and it's hard sitting across from someone who doesn't understand your culture to talk to them about um, things. You know, and I remember connecting with a Black therapist, and I felt like that, even though I only saw them for a little bit, that person helped me more in a little bit of time than the other people who I saw longer. So yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, thank you. All right, Mister, you know.
Uh, whew, man, this is a deep one right here. All right, let's get it.
All right,
Oh man. Um,
yeah, take your time
number
though.
one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take my time on this one. I'm gonna dig deep in this. Number one, I gotta say, I want to thank Grizz, man. Thank you for checking up on me today, Grizz. I appreciate you, bro. Um, I don't know how you knew something was going on, but you knew. You know what I mean? So that's definitely a blessing. So salute to you, bro. Um, but yeah. I'm before I answer the question, I'll just give quick reference to what I'm talking about, just where I'm at. You know, um, a year ago today was when I checked into the hospital for my life-threatening condition. And for those who know, they know. You know what I'm saying? So this week is really heavy for me. Very, very heavy. Very, very heavy. Um, and it's not even heavy physically. It's more heavy spiritually, emotionally, physically. You know what I'm saying? And um, my mental health has definitely been affected. I can't, do a lot of things that I, you know, have been able to do for years upon years. And you know, I mean, brother could walk and and all my limbs is functional and all that. You know what I mean? Like I'm able to get around, but there's other things in my life that I have to weigh out, and I can't automatically do, especially when it comes to my career, the way that I want to do it. Um, so that's that. With that being said, you know, through the course of just my life, I've dealt with mental health from my parents and even my own mental health. I actually had to take care of a parent who have mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? At the age of 16, I had to take care of them. You know what I mean? And it is serious. It's very serious. You know what I mean? It's something that you have to take precautions on. It's something that if you don't know what's going on, you need to ask all the advice that you can ask. You need to ask anybody who's been through it, anybody who's an expert. You need to get all the advice that you can get. And each case is different. Each case of mental health is different. It's not the same stroke of paint for everybody with mental health. And anybody who knows mental health or study mental health, they'll tell you that. Like, there's some people who are more functional with their mental health, and there's some people who you gotta monitor. Like, you gotta monitor them. Like, if you don't monitor them, it's gonna be all bad. You know what I mean? Not for them, but for everybody involved and around the environment. Even people that's not involved in the environment, it can be bad for if they get in contact with them. So, and I've dealt with both sides of the spectrum. You know, for my family, you know what I mean, and for me, you know what I'm saying. So, my conditions have been more. I'm more functional as far as mental health stuff that I've dealt with. You know, I've contemplating not being here before. You know what I mean? Early on, you know what I'm saying? In my adulthood, very early on, you know, I was just trying to find myself, you know, as a man, and it was hard. It was very hard, you know, to find myself, to find my identity, to find who I was, to find everything, you know, my sexuality, everything. Like, it was a battle. It was a real battle, and I had to really fight. But my thing is, I feel like, you know, the angel of death has always tried to take me out, but I've always been able to dodge that bullet. Always been able to dodge that bullet. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, you know, I know for me, you know, having to do with my parent who has mental health, having to do with my own struggles, I know that it's not taken as seriously as they can. And I just want to say, you know, it's easy to say do something. You know, whether whether it's people in the comments or whatever. It's easy to say do this or do that, or you know, you should look for this or look for that. It's so easy to say these things, but it's not so easy to do. It's not. You know what I mean? Until you put in those situations, you really don't know what it'll take out of you. You don't know what it will do to you. You don't know how it will affect you or the others around you. You know what I mean? So we have to really take a lot of precautions and really be careful of how we handle each person. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game. It's not funny. People are not just, you know, I hate when they say, "Oh, that person's just crazy." People ain't crazy, man. People ain't crazy. There's shit that happens that affects them. You know what I mean? That makes them feel a certain way. That impact their life. You know what I mean? And if you don't really want to know or don't understand, then really don't even be in their life, period, man. Because you are causing more harm than good. You know what I mean? Take the exit door. But if you are really, really in tune with what's going on with them, yo, by all means, you know what I mean? Take it seriously. You know what I mean? And yes, it's not taken seriously enough. It needs to be taken more seriously. It needs to be more awareness. It needs to be more people saying things. There needs to be more people, you know what I mean, following up with those who they think is strong. A lot of people may think I'm strong. I may think this person's strong or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that person has that strength for that situation or for whatever situation they may be handling, but that doesn't mean that they are always 100%. Nobody's always 100%. You know what I mean? We all get sick sometime. We all have to deal with certain things sometime. You know what I mean? We all seen family members who were doing great one year, next year they're struggling. Like, we all seen that. So I think people got to get out of this BS fantasy that everybody just always strong all the time. They can just handle everything. That's not the truth. You know what I mean? So I think that we really have to take precautions on how we really deal with things and how we approach mental health, man, because it's not a game. So no, it's not taken seriously enough. And if you don't know what you're doing, just say you don't know. You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest thing. If you don't know something, just say you don't know. And, you know, for anybody that's in the comments or anybody on the panel, if y'all ever feel like I want to talk about anything, I'm always here. I'm not hard to find. You always hit me up. Y'all know where I'm at. You know what I mean? Y'all can always holler at me. You know what I mean? And that's definitely 100 for real.
All right, thank you, Mr. You know. So true. Okay. Tammy, I know you had something that you want to say, so I'll let you say something before we get to the second question, and then also, well, for a limited time that is, and then
Yeah.
going forward, we will start with a 3-minute timer because we have a lot of questions that we want to get through. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Tammy.
So no, I just wanted to say one of the things I want to remind people not to do is do not discount what somebody is going through just because you went through it and got through it, because people handle things in different ways. So a lot of times you say, oh, well, what are you complaining for? You have this, you have that. And so just because they're complaining and in your mind that's just insignificant doesn't necessarily mean what they're dealing with is not a big deal for them. So don't just discount what people say. If somebody says they're dealing with something and they're struggling, like for me, I always talk about being a single parent is not hard. I always say it because for me, it's not hard. For me, it's just effortless, but that's not the way for everybody. So if somebody said to me that being a single parent is hard, I wouldn't say, well, I deal with it. I go through it. Why can't you? Because I can go through it, but that doesn't necessarily mean somebody else can't. So never discount what somebody is going through just because in your mind, they should be glad that they have A, B, C, and D. And well, yeah, you're complaining about this, but at least you're not homeless. At least you're not this, because everybody goes through different things. So just always be very mindful of what you say and understand sometimes it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. And it may be received in a different way. So there's an acronym that somebody said to me one time. It's LOVE, LUV. So it's listen, understand, and listen, understand, and validate. There we go. So listen to what they're saying, try to understand, and then validate. So I use that even with when I'm in my classroom, I'll talk to my kids about it, because a lot of times people are just wanting to be heard. And if they feel like they're not being heard, they're going to get a lot of pushback, and then they're not going to want to talk at all. So if you make somebody feel like they're being heard and that you are really listening, it can allow people to want to open up more rather than not. So that's all I was going to say.
Okay, thank you, First Lady Tammy. All right, let's go ahead and get to the number 2. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me go down to. Hold on for a second. Let me play some good background music for a second. Kind of like lighten the mood a little bit. Okay. Arshawn Dave says, good advice, First Lady Tammy. All right. So number 2 is, what determining factors affect Black mental health? And I will start with Pharaoh, and then I will go down to Southern Belle after Pharaoh. Pharaoh, are you still here?
Yes,
You
I
hear me?
am. Yes, I am.
All right, cool. What determining factors affect Black mental health, sir?
Determining factors that affect Black mental health. Ooh. Come back to me because I can't think of nothing right now. Hold on. Come back to me.
Okay, no
Yep.
problem. All right, Miss Southern Belle, what do you think about the number 2 question?
Let's see. Determining factors affect Black mental health. I think a couple of ones I mentioned earlier. Definitely the fact that a lot of us are heavily rooted in some type of religion. I think it can kind of create a stigma or taboo. I also feel like maybe the I'm not sure what I would call it exactly, but you're a strong Black woman, or you're a Black king. That type of dialogue, I think it definitely contributes to a situation where people feel like they're not allowed to have issues, or they're not allowed to feel sad about things, or if trauma happens, they're supposed to just process it on their own. And I feel like that doesn't always happen. So I guess maybe religion, and definitely just a lot of the stereotypes that are put on us as a people, the strong Black woman, the Black Kang, I think all of that those can be factors that contribute to how we don't really embrace taking care of our mental health.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Do you feel like I know I hear you talk about like church and religion a lot. Do you feel like church is more like a detriment when it comes to mental health for Blacks?
Yes, I mean, and speaking from my own experience, I'm from the South. I come from a Southern Baptist church and household. And I definitely do feel like, when I got into like my more teenage years, I think I dealt with some anxiety, maybe some depression. And, as previous panelists have said, it's just kind of brushed off as, oh, well, be happy. You have a roof over your head. Be happy. You have this and that. And I think there's a lot of invalidation that goes along with the gospel, because the gospel kind of teaches us, oh, look on the bright side, think positively, look at what you do have, be grateful for what you do have, which I agree with all those things. But I definitely feel like they can be used in a way that invalidates people who have deeper issues. And I think it can become very isolating to those people, especially just in the culture I grew up in. You're not allowed to have problems. You're not allowed to do anything but pray about it and talk to God and read the Bible. And, people in my culture don't want to admit that might not be enough for everybody.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Southern Bell.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. I'm gonna go down to Queen. Queen, do you think that the determinant factors affect Black mental health? I'm sorry, what are the determinant factors that affect Black mental health?
I think it's now I feel like there's so much access to it. I think it has to be a willingness to admit, a self-reflection. Hey, I'm feeling something, I'm feeling a way. Or the people around you. I do think that the people that are closest to you sometimes can be a determining factor and say, you're okay. You're acting, you don't seem yourself. Like, seeing the change in people. We all notice it, but what do we do? And I think it's unfortunate that Southern Belle Spear, that you said that, religion and, I call it the old time religion, because I believe nowadays, I remember at one point the church I'm involved in, tried to have a ministry for mental health. They tried to have a group to help people who were struggling and, having a hard time, and encouraging people to go get help. But I understand that that's not always, back in the days with grandma, and they'd be like, girl, go somewhere and pray. You all right. You be all right. So just shake it off. But I do think determining factors can be your environment, the people around you, and even yourself being aware. Sometimes you're not able to be aware of what's going on with you, or what you're feeling is just already on you. But I think today's society, there's so many apps or things that are out there, and 24-hour hotlines you can call and stuff to talk to someone. So yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you, Queen. DJ Eddie King.
Can you Is my mic working, or does it sound weird?
Well, it sounded like you was breathing heavy, but now you're clear. So I had to mute you real quick because it was like a little fuzzy. But you're
A little
good now.
fuzzy?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, yeah, you're good now. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Question number 2. Go ahead, hit it.
Yeah.
Hit me with it.
What determining factors affect Black mental health? So, what things affect Black mental health?
Okay. Relationships. Um, relationships. Friends. What else? And sometimes money. You have rich folks out there who has everything they ever wanted, and they don't even know what to do with the rest of the money. They starts off from being stressed and depressed, and next thing you know, they have mental issues. I think family is another. Definitely family. What are other things? And then the majority of the time, sometimes it could be in the homes, like the way it could be 3 children that are having mental issues because the parents have mental issues. That's also could be a problem too. Let's see here, but yeah, those could be the effects to me. That's my time.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, DJ Eddie.
Hopefully, I said to hopefully folks out there understand what I'm saying.
No, you good.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Man, let me see. Okay, Pharaoh. Have you got your answer to the number 2?
I would say the detrimenting factors is it was always not having a strong support system. Some of the things that they've said too, I do agree on, because that's really probably, but I would say, yeah, the strong support system is people that are actually like there to tell you it's going to be okay. And there's nothing, and there's nothing wrong with, having these moments, because I go through therapy and stuff like that. So I go through the days where I would be on my lowest. So I would call my therapist and be like, hey, I need some quiet, something to calm my nerves, like my anxiety's up and everything like that. So I would say the lack of a support system between not even just with family, but just with people outside of your family and and groups and stuff like that is a detrimenting factor, as I can bestly say.
I forgot I was muted. Thanks, Pharaoh. Appreciate it. All right. Mr. You know. What you think about number 2?
Somebody has some music playing. Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. In the back. Wait, did Tammy go ahead already? Did she answer number 2 already?
Yeah, everybody went. You're the last one.
I'm last one. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on 1 second.
Wait, hold on for a second. She's shaking her head. You didn't go?
No.
No, Tammy didn't go. Go ahead, Tammy.
No.
Oh.
No,
my fault.
No, it's okay. I'm not gonna talk long because I know I like to talk. So I do agree with what Pharaoh said as far as support. Not having support is definitely can be a determining factor. Also being the fear of being looked upon as being weak, I think can be a determining factor, especially, I feel like even like trauma that you go through, and then the whole mentality, what happens in the house stays in the house. You can't speak to anybody about what goes on in here. I think that is something that is definitely a determining factor. And just not, and then I think a determining factor can also be, like I said earlier, as far as portraying that everything is okay, and then nobody even questioning that you're okay. People just assuming that because you show you're okay that you are. And I always think that whenever somebody's name pops into your head, just give them a call and check on them. And even if it's just to say hi, just to see how they're doing, it's always good to do that just in case, because that one phone call could be the one phone call that actually helped that person to have a better day. So, I mean, I even do check-ins with my students all the time. I always ask how they're doing, how's everything going, anything like that. So definitely do check-ins because that helps as far as anything. But yeah, as far as the determining factors, definitely not having enough support, whether it's at your job, whether it's your family, whether it's people that you consider friends, and also not being mindful of the people you have around you, and just pay attention to those people that will talk about other people to you, because if they talk about other people to you, they're talking about you to other people. So just, not having somebody that you can really talk to. Somebody will say, oh, you can talk to me about anything, when in reality, you can't talk to them about anything. So that can be very, very hard. But yeah, so, going through trauma is definitely a big one. And the fear of being looked at in a negative way, fear of being looked at as weak, because, oh, why are you going to see a therapist? Why would you go do something like that? So yeah, so I feel like those are all different determining factors.
All right, thank you, First Lady Tammy. And let me get this announcement, readers. Content Creator Blast coming soon. So get ready, everyone. We will be able to shout out, your YouTube channels and all that. So people can follow, your platforms and subscribe to your channels. We will focus on the ones who are in the chat currently to support us. And then, we'll freely, shout anybody else out too, though. Okay, so I think you missed the best in the world. Now, his brother, Mr. What do you think about number 2?
I would say that I think the thing that determine, or that affect Black mental health is definitely, I would say family definitely one. Definitely one of the main things. Religion was also brought up by Southern Bell, so yes, that affects us as well, man. Like a lot of times, you get a part of these religions, and they will really use their Bible or their Quran or whatever else they're using to try to make you feel like you are the worst person in the world for just for you just being yourself. So it also could be past traumas that you've been through, whether you have been assaulted, whether somebody has tried to do something to you that has affected you in different types of ways. So there are many determining factors. Also, it could be hereditary too. So you can have, I know in parts of my family it's hereditary. So and sometimes it can skip a generation and then it affects another one. So it's definitely something that you definitely want to look into. And then look into the factors and also just see what if it's hereditary, just see if you're working in a stressful, maybe work environment. It could be your school environment. It also could be your friends too. You know what I mean? Your friends and your family too. So check your relationships, check the social groups you're in, check the environments you're in. Sometimes it can also be like a bad habit or something like that can affect us. So I think all those things are determining factors, man. You know what I mean? Drug use, all those things are determining factors. So we need to be aware of those things and we need to take those things seriously. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. And for my part, and I'll make it short. Oh, hold on. Let me read this real quick. Don't judge me because I still believe in the book. Good. Oh, I still believe in the good book or God. That's my hope and part of my compassion and empathy. Okay, that's what's up. I didn't even probably answer. Let me go ahead and answer number 2 real quick. The determining factors that affect Black mental health, and I'll make it short for myself. It was definitely religion, for sure, and I will definitely say the atmosphere when we're in a part in an area where we feel like we don't belong, especially for just young black men, ourselves, we can feel like the world is like, entirely against us. And sometimes we have questions to God like, hey, like, we supposed to be like, um, most loved people. Why are we going through this? Why do people hate us so much? Why do we have to be black if that's the case? If the world's telling us that black is whack, in other words. So all these things contribute to mental health, especially um, when areas that I try to build um, for my people, but yet my own people, um, although those were hurt people, these were the people that was destroying, stuff that I try to build for us. So it could be depressing, and it could affect mental health and everything else. So that being said, we're gonna get to the number three. Oh, I'm just gonna call you Forever. G Forever. Question two. His or her answer was money, racism, prejudice, health, peer pressure, survivors, remorse. Remorse. Hmm. Okay, okay. Thank you for answering that. And then also, please take the time to follow Miss Southern Bell. This is the link to her YouTube channel. All right. So let's get to the number three question. All right, number three. Does the system do enough to help support Black mental health? I think we kind of know this answer, but um, let's make this like 1 minute for each.
Nope. That's the answer.
That's the answer. Okay, okay. Yeah, nope for me. Farrell.
I will have to disagree because I use the system like Turning Point is one of the systems that I use. They actually provide with services just for like calls, like if you need mental health, if you having like an anxiety attack, because I have my anxiety attacks literally twice a day. Not even gonna lie to you. So when it's like I'm having that twice a day, I have to make a call to them at like 2 o'clock in the morning and be like, hey, I'm having a situation, I'm overthinking something, I had a bad dream, something that made me have an anxiety attack. And we just sit there, I talk like for like hours and let my stress be work. So I think that the system that I can say is just, it's there. It's just we as people have to look at it like, yo, they're gonna help. We just have to use it to that advantage of like, yo, I need help. I need your help. Just help me figure out this something and just talk. That's how I say. So I would say, there is help. The system, there is enough. There is help. It's just we just gotta capitalize on that help and use it to our advantage, not just when we or quote unquote when how people would feel like they need it. That's my opinion.
Okay, okay. Thank you. And then take time to follow and subscribe to Gris and Pharaoh's channel, Access Entertainment, on Instagram. And then I guess the YouTube link will be coming soon for Access Entertainment. And then Arshawn Dave says, definitely Marcus gotta do what helps you to make it through each day, happier and healthier, no judgment. That was his reply to him saying about his faith in God and the good book. And that's what gives him the compassion and empathy. G Forever says, he looks light skinned based on his thumbnail. Boy, damn near the color as Steph Curry. LL, just joking. I'm capping. Okay. On the thumbnail. All right. I'm just saying that's why he's getting help. All right. Miss Southern Bell, what's your answer to number three?
Hey, sure. I will say, and just speaking from a local perspective, I can't really speak on nationwide scale. We have lots of resources, but they're just overloaded. So I would have to say that while our local system tries to do everything they can, there are just not enough resources to go around. Locally, we have issues with people just kind of, the people that, I'm not going to say they don't need help, but some people kind of, they overtax the system because they're attempting to obtain like disability benefits or such. And it's really hard for mental health professionals to kind of help the people that really need it. Like we have a big issue in my area with people just kind of wanting to pursue mental health to get specific drugs or, to get enough write-ups to qualify for disability. So I would definitely, I would say the system, while maybe they do a lot, there's just so much and so many nuances, and they're trying so hard. And my heart goes out to anybody who works in mental health because they try so hard. But I'm just not. I think they do as much as they can from my perspective, but it's such a big issue, and there's just so much that goes on within it. I don't know what the solution is. I think they're, for the most part, they're doing the best they can.
Right. Okay. Thank you for your perspective. Okay, so we're gonna get to Queen 2K. What do you think about sorry. What do you think about the number 3 question? Does the system help? Okay.
I think it's both. I agree with I forgot his name.
Farrell.
Yeah, Farrell, and I agree with Southern Belle. I am in the mental health field, and people become addicted to these medications, and they just it's really actually kind of sad because it keeps you from really being able to support those who are really in need, and in anything there are going to be those who manipulate the system to just get what they want. I am aware of Turning Point. I think they're a great organization, and I think having access to someone on the other end of a phone who's just an ear to listen to is one of the best things they could ever give anybody, because you're not always going to be able to speak to your family, or you feel embarrassed, so talking to a stranger over the phone sometimes is the best way, because there's no judgment. It's just empathy and support, and being talked down off the bridge. So I do think that the system is there to support you, but in that there are those who manipulate the system. And I do believe that just giving someone a pill and putting them back in the community is not always the best option. I think 2 weeks, I think 6 months, that's not enough time. That's not enough time for someone who's manic and in crisis. So yeah, that's just what I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, real quick, right? What the hell that comment was about, Mr. You know? Mr. You know, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. I got you.
Or yeah.
Yeah. I'm addressed the what's the name? Girls Forever. Yeah, man. Look, this is not the time or place to be an asshole. All right, go take that shit somewhere else. Point blank. Period. And if you want, you can always hit me direct. I'm not hard to find. Very not hard to find. You know what I mean? Hit me direct if you want. You know what I'm saying? Just put in the chat. I'll give you all the info you need. All the info you need. And you can hit me direct. And that's all I got to say about that. Yeah, I want to get on here and troll and say different types of dumb stuff, man. This ain't the time for that. You know what I mean? Don't ever insult nobody on our panel. I've told y'all about that over and over again, and y'all still do it. Like, it's not a game, man. It ain't funny. So, I'm going to answer number 3, and I apologize to Phil for that. You know what I mean?
So, that was direct to. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Does the system
Yeah,
do enough to help and
good.
support Black mental health? I would say the results vary. You know, as Brother Farrell was saying, for his results, it works for him, right? He's found different things that help him, and it's perfect for him. And you know what I mean? Salute to you, bro, for finding those tools because they're definitely needed. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's something that you have to do. Even if you have to call every hour on an hour, do that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever keeps you motivated, whatever keeps you going. You know what I mean? That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? And you know, whatever tools people got to use, never let somebody tell you that that's not gonna work or look down on you because you're using it or whatever. Do whatever you got to do to keep yourself going, man. There's only one you. You know what I'm saying? There's only one you. We always gotta remember that. If we realize how much time we have and how important that time is and how important we are to ourselves and to what's going on with us, oh, we would do so much more. So much more. to really guard our energy and guard our space. For real, for real. But then there are times where people may live in a certain area or county where they don't have resources, right? Or the resource that they have is just crappy or it doesn't work for them. You know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, unfortunately, we will face those type of things as well. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. So that's why I say the results vary. And there are some therapists and there are some doctors who don't care about the people. And there's some who do an excellent job. They go above and beyond, man. They do whatever it takes to help you. But I do think that there are a lot of tools. I would say that. There are a lot of tools in the system to help support people. I will say that. There are support lines like, you know, the brother was talking about. There are 24-hour prevention lines. There's all that, man. So there's a lot of tools. You know what I'm saying? So please, y'all, please use the tools. Don't be afraid to use the tools. And if you need help using the tools, let that be known. You know what I mean? If your medical professional ain't helping you the way that they need to, let that be known. If they are helping you, let that be known. You know what I mean? If medication is needed, let that be known. If you need to take a break or you need to go to a facility, you need to go to the hospital, do that. Whatever you need to do, take care of you. There's only one you. You know what I mean? I've learned that tremendously. You know what I mean? Through my lifetime, for real. And salute to you, Pharaoh. Much love, brother. You already know.
Yes, definitely for sure. You already know we got your back, Pharaoh. Let me see. OG Patrice says, our American health system can do more for our people and veterans. Depends on your insurance situation, your environment, and economic status as to the treatment you get if you're Black. But I digress. And hands clap to OG Patrice. All right, so
can I say something for that?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to say that it also depends on the area that you live and organizations, because out here there are a lot of nonprofit organizations that deal with mental health, homeless. I mean, they can't solve it overnight, but there are a lot of programs out here that are dealing with that and provide support, drop-in centers, you know, but like I said before, I think that we just need more therapists and psychologists. And, you know, the people who don't have medical insurance, they get the free medical insurance and they get help quicker than sometimes the people with medical insurance. So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
All right, no problem. G Forever says that at my job, there is a process to request time off due to mental health, whether it's stress from the job or home. The job will give you the time, but they will also flag you as a possible threat. I can see that. When you return, you will have to sit down with your ACR, which is an associate conflict resolution manager. If they determine you are not fit to return, you will be terminated. Oh, damn. This is why many people don't admit they have a problem, at least at my job. That is good information. I like that.
But there are ways to go around that. Sometimes you don't have to disclose it's mental health. You can just say it's a family leave, meaning that You need to help your dad, or you need to take care of your sick wife, or you know,
Mhm.
you don't necessarily have to disclose the details if your job has repercussions because of your mental health. And if they do that, there are avenues you can go to protect yourself because they can't discriminate. That's discrimination. So
Mm.
That is
there,
true.
you gotta know your rights, because can't if you can do your job, can't no job say, oh, you can't come back because you have a mental health. That's like saying somebody in a wheelchair can't do the job. You know, they had the job before. So what's
Mhm.
determining that they can't do the job? That's discrimination, and they can get in a lot of trouble.
Okay. You know what? This reminds me of a story of what a person that I know that's going through, and at work, um, a person's taking family leave because you're taking care of like a family member. So from what I was taught, the job will give you at least 1 week to be around with your family member to take care of. And I guess they'll pay you for that. And then from that point, now you have to take it to the state where the state will give you at least 3 weeks off, which will be a total of four. So 1 week of full pay from your job, and then three, um, I guess assistance from the state within, California's law. So, and then,
No problem.
and then, yeah,
G forever. I hear you,
yeah.
bro. It's all
He
good.
said, yeah. He said, sorry about the comment before about the guests on your panel. Poor joke gone wrong. Sorry, Farrah. No problem. Salute, man. I'm glad that that you apologize, and I appreciate you for that. Much love to you. So, okay, let's go ahead to like the number four, and thank you for giving that information, Queen. And G Forever, thank you for also highlighting that information about the job stuff too, though, because that's definitely important to talk about. All right, number four, y'all. Okay, what is your personal experience with mental health? Southern Belle, I will go with you first. What's your personal experience with mental health?
Sure. Let's see, my personal experience. I would say, like, I joke that I'm crazy all the time, and maybe I should stop doing that. But for me, my personal experience, I feel like I do deal with some anxiety at times. And overall, I would consider myself to be well adjusted, but I definitely think I do struggle with, like I said, anxiety and maybe some past issues and traumas that I just kind of don't deal with. Like I just kind of hide away and stuff. So the way I'm dealing with that, because I do have a child, I have really gotten serious about therapy within the past couple of years because I realized I kind of need to confront my own, demons, as we call them around these parts, to effectively parent my son. So, my personal mental health journey is just living a life I feel like is emotionally healthy for me, engaging professionals if I kind of feel like I'm slipping, or if I do feel like some past traumas are catching up to me. I definitely, in the past, I would say maybe when I was younger in my 20s, I definitely had the strong Black woman cape on for a while. And since I've gotten older, I've definitely learned to admit when I'm at the end of my rope. Like, even with my son, I'm a single mother. And it's been kind of hard for me to admit that, hey, I just need a break, even though I do have a great support system. After a while, it wears on your mental health, being a single parent, being the only one day in and day out. And I've really had to learn to say to my support system, hey, can you watch my son? I've had to really open up, and I've had to be radically honest with myself about a lot of things with my own mental health. So
Mm.
my personal experience, I think therapy sucks. I'm not going to lie to anybody. It freaking sucks. It sucks to go deep within yourself. It sucks to confront past traumas and past things that have happened to you, therapy is hard. And that's why people don't do it. Honestly, I think especially, in the Black community, that's why people don't want to do it. It's hard. It sucks. Like, you'll have a therapy session and it will ruin your whole day, because, you'll talk to your therapist about something that happened when you were 5 or whatever. It's so hard, in the words of, what's the name? Iyanla Van Sant, do your work. It's so hard. It sucks. It sucks so bad. But, with my personal experience, it's worth it to find, in therapy, I recommend, I say that find the therapist is kind of like dating. You go to therapy the first time, because I've heard a lot of people say this, like, oh, well, I went to therapy, it didn't work. You literally have to look for therapists like you're dating. You have to see multiple people, and it takes a while to find the fit. But when you do, and when you're able to begin to work through things, it's worth it, y'all. I'm just going to say it's worth it. It's so hard. It's messy and it's painful. But, as somebody who's been in therapy for the past, like 5.5 years, it's worth it. And it does help you. And I would highly recommend that anybody try and just kind of go in with the expectation that you may have to go through a couple therapists before you find somebody who fits you. But I think it's worth it in the end.
All right. Thank you for that. I mean, fortunately for my wife and I, when we went to go check in and see therapy together, it was very helpful, but I think the only downside when it comes to therapy is that, well, when you see a therapist, like, your relationship with you and your therapist is based on, your affordability. You know what I mean? Not your availability, but your affordability. If you could afford to pay for that therapist to tell you things that are tools that can be helpful, then, hey, by all means, take advantage of it. But a lot of times, not everyone has the money or the resources to seek active therapy a lot. And therapy can be a little bit pricey. So that's another thing. The other part is that your therapist will never be your friend. So even though your friends doesn't really have the tools like a real therapist will have, but emotionally, you both will feel connected. As opposed to you and your therapist is kind of like, it might be a bad term to say this, but I feel like your therapist is usually here to pretty much to try to fix you. But that's just my opinion to it. Okay, Pharaoh, what's your personal experience with mental health?
So a lot of people don't know this, but I am on the autism spectrum, level 1. And so my looks to a lot of people is like, oh yeah, you look normal and everything like that. But no, I deal with a lot of depression. I deal with a lot of anxiety. I deal with me being on the spectrum too, anger issues. And I also have a daughter that also is heightened, that I don't see, that's heightened my anxiety a lot, because it's a fight that I'm dealing with the court systems and stuff like that. But my issues, my experiences with mental health has been a real heavy mountain roller coaster. That's a never ending journey of just, you want to live, to do what do things for yourself, or in this case, you want to basically be the best version of yourself that you dreamt of when you were a little kid. Because I used to get bullied a lot. I used to deal with, just the society. But me growing up in Iowa, and that's just me in the country. I'm not from the city, so but yeah, that is a very strong thing that I deal with on my own. So dealing with therapists, dealing with going to doctor checkups, them asking me, how you been, how's your mental health, because I get daily morning reminders. Like tomorrow I get a reminder from Turning Point to ask me how's my mental health, how's my dieting, because I've had moments where I've actually missed out on meals and I really don't eat as much as I'm supposed to. But yeah, I really would stop eating when I'm very, very depressed, and I would just be in a place. So my personal experiences with mental health is it's a very big mountain roller coaster ride.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Let me see. DJ Eddie King. What's your do you have any personal experience with mental health?
Well, right now it's like, family losses, family drama. Another thing, dealing with the pandemic. It's so much going on in the world. You know, um, it it stresses me out. It does a lot. Um, and also, we have this smoke that's just flying everywhere. I'm not even gonna say the names, but we have a lot of that's going on. It's just so much going on in the world. It's like the problems and the things that I went through back then doesn't even matter anymore because there's so much going on. So much negativity out there that's going on. It's like it's what causes me to be stressed. And just like Pharaoh, when I get depressed, I don't eat. This just makes me feel like not doing anything, not eat or drink, like nothing. It's like I can't really think. What a lot of these things that's going on in the world right now. But I tell you one thing. What gets me going is the music. Me making music, me making beats. It brightens me up a little bit. It makes me happy when I'm focused on music because I just feel like sometimes that's the only thing that makes me happy the majority of the time. I try to find other things to make me happy, but it's just really music to me. It's just like the positive vibes, with the music that brings me positive energy, and that's what helps me out at times in life. So and I think I'm gonna close that out right there.
All right, thank you, DJ.
That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah. Music does bring healing sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, Queen. What's your thoughts on number 4?
I felt like my first real introduction to mental health was a roommate in college. She had severe, I think she was bipolar, and she had some anxiety, and she also was very impulsive, a lot of impulsive behaviors, and she was a cutter. So I didn't understand what was going on. I just knew that someone who I became close to as a roommate and cared about was hurting. So I just would I would ask her if I could come to her therapy sessions. And sometimes the therapist would let me sit in if it was light or I would talk to the therapist and say, hey, she's cutting her wrist and she's sticking stuff in her arms and I don't know what to do. We hid the knives. We don't have anything sharp. And the other 2 roommates were all on watch, So, it was, I think that was, I've always wanted to be in the mental health field, but that's what really pushed me to pursue it even harder. is because I saw her like on the roller coaster, meaning I saw her up, I saw her down, I saw her in between. And it was really, there was no controlling it. But I do remember at one point, her therapist said to her, she started using going to the hospital and staying at the hospital as a crutch. And I remember her therapist saying to her one day, you know, you have the tools, but you got to put them into practice, or you're going to continue down this slippery slope. And with the way you're cutting, you may not make it. And I remember that kind of changed her, meaning that I felt like she not necessarily snapped out of it, but started doing more of the things that she enjoyed doing. Because I think with her mental health, she got lost in it and she forgot about the things that made her smile. So, you know, we were just, as roommates, we were kind of like family. So we would just go to the beach. That was something she loved to do, and just sit at the beach for like hours, like just sit there. We may get in the water, we may not. We would just lay in the sand and I would just bring my books and study. So she loved the sunset. So we would just make sure we were somewhere where we could see the sunset, you know, finding things that I think DJ Eddie, I think you hit it on the nail. It's very important to finding your why.
Yes.
You know, when you find your why, you have to hold on to that. Not saying that it's always able to pull you out, but sometimes if you have that why that you can hold on to, that it helps you get through another day. So yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
that was my
Yes, ma'am.
experience with mental health.
All right,
Yes,
thank you, Queen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. You know, what do you think about number 4?
Hold on, y'all. Let me throw my headset on real quick.
All right, no problem.
Wrong headset. Hold on, y'all.
All right. Let's see. Personal experience with mental health.
I already shared about number 4 already, just what I've been through and what my family's been through. But yeah, it's
Okay.
been. I've had cousins that've had it. I've had a parent that had it. I've dealt with it, so it's definitely a very serious topic, a very serious thing, and it's not something to be taken lightly. I think that as everybody was saying, you have to do activities that keep you inspired and keeps you motivated. It could be a passion like music, like DJ Eddie was saying. It could be crafts, like I know Queen does crafts. It could be a number of things. It could be doing this. This could be a motivator for you to pull out. I know it motivates me to do the streams and helps me to stay focused. So a lot of it is just what you want to use it, what you need to, whatever you need to do to keep you going, whatever you need to do to keep you healthy on a mental spectrum. Do it. You know what I'm saying? But make sure the behaviors that you're doing are healthy behaviors. You know what I'm saying? And and then also what may be healthy for you may not be healthy for me. To be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So what works for you and what helps you to stay calm and sane may not be beneficial for me, and vice versa. What I'm doing may not be beneficial for you. Some things are across the board. I think everybody wants to feel loved and supported. I think that's across the board. But how the love and support comes and how it's displayed is different. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, and that's really what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So that's been my experience. Just using the tools, put myself around the things that keeps me positive, keeps me motivated, and keeps me in a positive mindset, and keeps me going, and keeps me just really loving myself and loving others. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. So yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. Let me get rid of this bot in the chat. There we go. All right. Yeah, my personal experience with mental health right now, currently, man, like what's helping me is definitely the stream life. Like it's giving me like a peace of mind, a purpose. It has opened the doors for a lot of relationships, and it's helping to understand that. I mean, even though these are the majority of these people, I would probably never like, hang out in person because they're so far away. It doesn't mean that we can't build a bond together and to really like, make a difference. So I would definitely say for sure the stream life is definitely currently is saving my life right now. So and it's putting me focused like a good positive direction. All right. So then I'm gonna go ahead to number 5 real quick. Okay. And then I want to put the timer up. Have you helped someone with mental? Sorry, have you helped someone with a mental health struggle? I'm for sure we probably have in our time. You know what? Let me get to Queen. Queen, I want you to go first.
Yeah, like I said, my roommate, and then I had another roommate who had a lot of mental health issues that were brought on from being in the foster care system and stuff like that. That's what I do for work. But I think it's hard because sometimes, you know, you can put the food in front of someone, but they have to be willing to eat it. So
Mm-hmm.
I just put the plate in front of them and say, here you go, I'm here if you need me. But I have to step back and let them decide if they want to eat. I remember there was one older woman who came through my job, and she came back and spoke to us like it was like a anniversary of the program or whatever. And she has some severe mental health, um and she was like, I'm an electrician now. She still has mental health, but she's an electrician. She has her own house, and she is the president of a board for mental health advocacy, and she goes and speaks, and you know and so she was able to talk to some of the clients too and just inspire them. Here are some other programs you may not know about. Here are some other things that you may qualify for. You can utilize these services. And the one thing she said that helped her was structure. And I think a lot of times people think, or programs or organizations can think that mental health people, oh, you need to just give them whatever they want. And she was like, that's not true. What helped me was, and I'm not saying that's for everyone, but she said one of the things that helped her the most was structure. She needed structure to, yeah, that's what helped her. So, you know, yeah, so it's just meeting people where they're at, harm reduction, and trying to figure out what kind of pegs fit their puzzle. And like I said, it's not something you can find out overnight. I think sometimes what helps people is consistency, but a lot of times these organizations and these relationships are so short term that I don't feel like the clients benefit from it, because they're off to the new person that they have to start all over with. So yeah, that's my
All right,
time.
thank you, Queen. All right, so Miss Southern Bell, have you ever helped anyone with a mental health struggle?
Sure. I believe when I was a lot younger, I was heavily involved in just trying to help people and being supportive. But I feel like, and also to Queen's point, you can do a lot for people, but if they're not in the position to kind of receive your help or receive a different way of being, it just makes it hard. Like I've tried so hard to be there for people and to get so involved in the lives of other people to try to help them with their mental health problems. And at the end of the day, I've just kind of come to the conclusion that I'm just not really qualified, and that the best thing I can do for them is to try to connect them to qualified resources, because I honestly feel like I spent my entire 20s trying to help other people with their problems. And I don't feel like I was ever successful. So now going into my 30s, I'm more of the person that tries to help people connect to resources with qualified individuals that can help them, because I did take on a lot of people's burdens in my 20s, and I don't feel like I was equipped to help them, even though I tried to kind of be there for them. I feel like certain issues and certain situations, they just require help of professionals. So that's kind of where I try to steer people nowadays.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Pharaoh, uh, have you ever helped someone with your with mental health struggles?
Um, a few. It's not really. Well, it is a few because because there'd be people that go through the same thing as I do. Um, the thing that I do though is basically just give them like the best strong thing that they need is just like we sit down and listen, and I listen to them, and I just tell them what has to be told, which is don't let the of the toxicity of society take you down. So I would say, yeah, it's just a few, not that much. So
Okay. All right. Even if you help like one or two people, that's still good. All right. DJ Eddie King.
Yeah.
So, have you had the opportunity to help someone with mental health?
Uh, yeah, yeah. Um, it's actually my cousin. I'm not going to say his name, but well, he was in life. He was in a life, and he he was going on the right path when But before I say anything, if you want to help someone, you have to be. I feel like you have to be on the same level as the individual. uh you have to be in certain circles the same way as the individual in order to help him or her. So my cousin, he was in a life. I was out there with him, but you know I was a little bit more wiser, to show him the steps, to show him the ropes, to help him understand certain things. um so I had to be in his presence a lot every single day. I had to talk to him for hours because she was definitely deep, like deep in the streets. So I had to stay in his face for a while. It took some time, but eventually, in about a year, maybe a year and a half, he came back around. It's just because I was with him all the time. So eventually he came around, and we was actually going to join the CCC together. Um, and he pretty much stayed out of the streets. He pretty much stayed out of the street. Stayed out of the streets. We was going to go on a great path. Uh, I felt like I have I had done good. I think I've done very well with him. But one day, I leave to try to make some extra money, and because I was in a tough situation, as far as like being like homeless and things like that. I was in a tough spot. I was supposed to meet up with him at Big Mama's house. I was not there, um, which caused him to go elsewhere. And I come back. He calls me, said, "Hey, I was there, this, and that, the third." Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry, I missed. We were supposed to actually leave that day together, but come to find out, the next 2 days he didn't make it. You know, he didn't make it. Um, and I felt like I feel like that was my fault, thinking that, hey, maybe if I was there, maybe we could have left like together, but I was too busy. I was just trying to find ways to how to feed both of us, you know. Um,
Mhm.
but I felt like, I helped him out a lot, tremendously, his thinking, everything, the way how he moved. And it took a lot of time, but I got it. And I can say that I'm proud that I have done that for him. RIP to my cousin, this is years ago. Um, I felt like I've done good, you know.
Yeah.
I felt like I've done good. So I could say him, I completely changed him. Just for being around him, just to showing him the right way, the right ropes, to try to use common sense for the both of us, So yeah, I feel like to me, I've done good, but he didn't make it. RP, cuz I just want to end it on that note. And to
Oh,
the rest of the people, sometimes it takes time to help the person. It takes time. You have to be able to say the right words, and ask the right questions. Okay, you can't just come off and just look at it as a job. You can't just look at it and think about the check all the time. You have to care about people.
yeah.
You have to care about people in this world. I just wanted to say that. Sorry if I'm holding up a lot of time. Uh, but yeah, I can happily say that and a lot of times, a lot of friends that I also grew up with told me that I changed their lives. Giving them positive energy and things like that, which I didn't even know. And a lot of them had mental issues.
Yeah.
But all I did was communicate with them to show them the right way, to show them the right ropes. You know, especially, man, now, especially during this pandemic that's going on. Whew. But I say to myself, I've done good. I've done good.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, man. And I definitely want to say, you know, yeah, you're right. You did everything that you could have,
Yeah, yeah,
and whatever happens is not your fault. Um, yeah, and that's something you should definitely be proud of. During the
yeah,
moments of time that he needed you, you was there
yeah,
mostly. You know.
yeah, yeah.
So thank you for sharing, DJ Eddie.
No, no problem. No problem.
Man, this is like probably like one of the most deepest topics ever. I feel like.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Um,
I hope anyone is not like feeling like depressed after this. Don't worry. We'll get back to like our fun stuff.
Oh no, this is a topic that has to definitely be talked about because I don't think a lot of people are listening, especially in today's society. It's like this is a really big deal, and with suicide on the rise the way it is right now, it is not. It is something that has to be addressed. I feel like this is a good, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. I'm glad that is it's helpful. Um, did anybody? Oh, Mister, I think you're the last one. I believe.
Yeah, I'm here, family. I'm here. I'm here. Um,
Okay.
uh,
Yes, I have. Um, I've helped one of my parents through their mental health struggle. You know what I'm saying? And it was a process. You know what I mean? It took me well over 15 years to really get them to where they need to be, and it was definitely hard for me to do that. I think a lot of things were just thrust upon me, but thrust upon my family. It came out of really like nowhere. Like it was like this is happening. Like oh my gosh, like and it was hard. It was very hard. So I had to just be mature very very quickly, and I had to really just try to handle that situation as best I could while I was basically becoming a man at the same time. So manhood was right there, and me taking care of that person was right there, and that was a lot to deal with. Um, and I think that caused me to have a lot of different things that I've dealt with after that. A lot of just trust issues, a lot of anxiety, a lot of different things, a lot of depression that I dealt with after that. You know what I mean? Because I just got into action mode, and I wasn't really thinking about my own health. I just think about their health. They was my main concern. And thinking about just whether they had the proper food, whether they had proper the proper things, and their doctor was doing certain things, and it was just a lot. It was a lot, man. Getting them housing, then then the housing not being sufficient, then we having to break doors down and taking them out of one house, and then they get into another house, and then when I hear from again, so we got to break down another door, and then it was just a lot. It was a lot, man. It was a lot. I'm so glad that that now that they have the proper things that they need, that they're monitored, that they that they each month they have to go see a medical professional, and they have housing due to the state that they live in. I'm so grateful for that, man, because it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot dealing with that. But it was and it just never. I just felt like it just would never go away. Like I can never get a break. Like I feel like okay, this person is good. I did everything I can, and then boom, something else will happen. I was like, oh my gosh, like it was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. But I don't look down on that person. I don't judge that person. If anything, it allowed me to see how real mental health is, and allow me to appreciate, when we do have stability in our lives, and when we do have people who are there in our lives to help us through that. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate my relationships a lot more, a whole lot more, just dealing with that. So yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr. You know. Let's go ahead to the number 6 question. Let me read this comment. Okay. On a serious note, I appreciate and salute and thank everyone for being there for someone else. And by doing the act of kindness, it could save yourself and bring you back to a sense of hope and self-love. And Arsha says, let's see, winter will be over soon. Kevin Samuels oversold the season. I wish I could jump on board, but I got strip and migraine. No, I got a strip and migraine right now. I think he's trying to say strap. Okay. Well, we'll feel better soon, Marcus. Everyone has a great spirit and energy. Glad I've met you all. Just know from Marcus to the Mr. and Mrs. M3, you are all great, making an impact and appreciated. Well, we appreciate all you guys and ladies as well too. Thank you for just being part of Knowledge and Relationships and just supporting us. Number 6. What are solutions to improve? Wait a minute. What are the solutions to improving our mental health? Okay, so what are the solutions to improving our mental health? All right. I'm going to start first real quick. I think solutions to improve our mental health is by one, talking about it and being vulnerable. Two, like just being willing to go through measurable steps to seek help. It's not an easy process, and you're gonna get at your low at certain periods of time. But I feel like the more you keep talking about, and just the more vulnerable you are and the more open you are, the more help you will receive. And I would just say 3, don't get discouraged when you run into the wrong type of people who can't help you, because sometimes you can express how you're feeling, but maybe that person's not really emotionally intelligent enough to really handle, or available enough to handle like your distress. And so you need to really pick and choose who will be a good listening ear and who will really be a good talker to help you when you're going through things. And also, hey, be prepared to help those same people out as well too. All right, with that being said, I'm going to go to DJ Eddie King. What solutions? What are the solutions to improving our mental health?
What are the solutions to
Mhm.
improving our mental health? You know, I'm gonna go ahead and just be nice and kind, and I'm gonna go ahead to pass it to the women.
All right, cool.
I'm going to pass it to respectfully to you, M3. I'm just passing to the women respectfully.
No problem. Respectfully. All right. Well, Miss Sudden Bell Spear, what you think about number 6? What are the solutions to improving our mental health?
Let's see. Sure, I definitely agree with the points you made. I think they were awesome. I will say I think it's definitely it's multifaceted and it's very personal depending on what a person's dealing with. But I think that just if you're dealing with something, keep reaching out. Kind of to one of the points that you made. Don't because you may reach out and you may not get the right person the first time, but just definitely do not give up on yourself and keep asking for help. Definitely prioritize your health in general. I think, I can just speak from personal and cultural experiences. People often neglect themselves just in basic things, like having an established routine, trying to eat as healthy as you can, just being out in sunlight. I think there are little things that we can do to kind of contribute to better mental health. But overall, I really feel like people just don't need to be afraid to reach out because I feel like so many people are, and they don't want to be a burden, they don't want to be a bother, or they're afraid of being judged. And the thing is, the first time you reach out, you might be judged, you might find the wrong person, and they might not receive you and know how to get you help. But just keep trying, just keep reaching out, keep trying, do everything you can on your part. Make sure you have a primary care physician and you're dialed into your medical health as well as your mental health, because I think sometimes medical issues can contribute to mental issues. But I would just say don't give up on yourself and just keep trying.
That's well said. Yeah, never give up. You got if anything, try your best to keep pushing forward. Always think about this. When you feel like you're about to give up, think about the good things that you're gonna miss out on. Hopefully that helps.
I
Okay,
agree.
thanks. Queen, what do you think about number 6?
Um, I do believe in the sunlight and being outside. I definitely believe in that. But I think finding your why and just never being afraid to reach out, never being afraid to call that 800 number, the talk line. There, I think it's one out here. And get help. Never be afraid to get help. That's it.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm ready now.
All right. All right, go ahead, DJ Eddie King.
Okay. This is my opinion. I feel like when it comes to, and people may not agree with me, but I feel like everything that we do is about how we look. So the way how we look, we have to we have to jump over hoops. We have to cross the road. We have to stop the boat from sinking in order to get what we need the hard way. So to me, the system um, is it's to me the system doesn't care about the uh, black issues, especially when it comes to um, those who are mentally ill. So we have to work harder. We always have to work harder to find someone who is willing to help. That is not there for just for the money. That we have to go through a lot just to get help. You know, just to talk to the right person, the one that you are comfortable with, to communicate with about these things that you're going through. We always have it the hard way. I don't care what nobody says. Now, there are people out there that can help you. There are programs, but sometimes there's programs that are negative. There's other programs that are, some of them are positive, but you have to fight. You have to find the right one that fits for you and the right individual for you to talk to and communicate with. That's hard. That's hard. And I feel like, OG Patrice is right. I feel like it starts from the beginning, through slavery. She said that it's medically proven of why a lot of us are going the way are going through these crazy things. I think she's right. And it's, anything and everything we do, y'all, we always have to do it the hard way. Just remember that. Okay. Find someone that you feel comfortable with. To me, hey, phone conversation that could help. It could. It could, but it's all up to you. It's all up to you. But don't give up. This is a big world, okay? Do not give up. And that's my thoughts on that. Sorry if I share too much to the people.
No, you good. You real good. Okay. I feel like I missed something. Hold on. Queen Yard share.
I don't think Pharaoh went yet.
Pharaoh, did she go?
No, he didn't go.
Oh, okay. Pharaoh.
Yes, I did not go.
Okay. What do you think about number 6?
What are the solutions to improving your mental health? Well, I would say the biggest one is acceptance. And I'm talking about those who are going through it, acceptance of what it is. Because a lot of us dealing with it deny it just to fit in with the society. I went on the biggest emotional journey just to because I had moments where I cried. I really was angry. I felt like I was not accepted. And I keep asking God, why am I really here and stuff like that. But at some point, it just snapped me after the attempts and stuff that snapped me out of it to say, excuse me for saying this, F society. They don't run nothing. You can't tell me who I am and tell me that I'm bad for having these thoughts. If you're not here on my side, then F you too. Get out of my way. I am not here for you. I am here for myself. So the biggest thing is acceptance, accepting that you have it and then facing it like it's a freaking brick wall. Look at it and be like, I know what you are. I am not afraid of you, and I'm going to go through you because this is I'm not going to let you run me or take over anything. I am not going to let you take my life, because that is the thing. That's the key thing. So I would say the biggest thing is acceptance. And if you accept it and then just go through it, I mean, especially with pains and aches that you be going through, the tiredness, the depression, the anxiety, you will be a champion at the end of the day. I mean, it's hard, but I will definitely say the biggest key to dealing with this is mainly accept. The solution to it is acceptance. The next part of it is also finding out ways of getting out of it. I mean, when you get into depression moment, DJ Eddie King said, he found music. My personal thing is writing. I'm a screenwriter and a writing consultant, so I write scripts and everything like that. But I love writing because it makes me smile. And then I watch movies too, or go to the movie theater by myself. I don't have to really take care of friends, but you need to just get out of your head, not let this stuff dwell in there. Get out of the house, go see the air, go see the world. Because the world itself can whatever you like can literally get you out of the depression. And a lot of people will say that, what if there's nothing like that? Well, find it, because not everybody will want to try and find it. But I would say just still find it, because whatever hobby you have, whatever love you have, passion, that will, or just do something, just to get your head out of it. So it's mainly acceptance and coping mechanisms is my two major things to dealing with mental health.
All right. Thank you. Oh, let me highlight it again. All right. I know, Mister. I think you kind of answered number 6 when you was talking about like sometimes the stream life definitely helps with the mental health. But correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, I would say that
that's one of the things that helps me. But I would say solutions to improve mental health is definitely using the resources around you, having positive relationships, um, and you know what I'm saying. Also, your own. I would say your own. Also, just what you do, your own diet, your own. If you have to meditate, you have to pray. Do a lot of self care for yourself. That helps improve a lot of mental health. You know what I mean? Hey, for Lady Tammy back. Hey. So yeah, with that being said, like those things really help improve your mental health a lot, man. Like it's a lot. It's a lot of self care, a lot of self reflection, and do what works for you. You can't do what works for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like that may work for you, or it may not. You know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid to seek the help. Don't be ashamed to seek the help. Whatever help you need, seek it. Okay, if you know what I mean, like just go after and seek it. And if there's anybody that's being negative, anybody that's trying to stop you, anybody that's trying to basically who's not being beneficial to your mental health completely, and they're not being beneficial to just your health as a whole, get those people out of here, man. Don't let them be in your life, man. They're holding you back. You know what I mean? They're holding you back. And if you are not here anymore, or if you do something to hurt yourself or hurt other people, those same people, you know what I'm saying, will not be there to really support you. You know what I mean? Thank you, sister. Much love. You know what I mean? So with that being said, do what you have to do to help your case. Every mental health situation is a case by case basis, not the same for everybody. So do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Whether it's professional, personal, or whatever else. And that's all I got to say about that.
Okay then. All right. First, Lady Tammy, welcome back. What's your
Welcome back.
answer to number 6? What are the solutions to improving mental health?
I want to answer number 6, and then I want to answer a previous question. I constantly previous question. So real quick, I think that seeking counseling is I would say is a good solution, and I feel like it's like some people look at counseling in a negative way. I know people that have gone to counseling; it's helped them extremely. But another thing I would say is get rid of the negativity in your life, because I feel like sometimes we hold on to certain people because we feel an obligation. And even though we know there's somebody that we need to get rid of, we still keep them around for whatever reason. And I feel like we need to get rid of the negativity in our life, because negativity is not going to help. It's only going to hinder you and not allow you to move forward. And I would say another thing is to be careful of who you talk to and tell your business to. And I think I said this earlier, because not everybody who you talk to is going to keep your business to them. Gossip is a big thing, and people like to gossip about what's going on. Be mindful of people that do call you and just to check in, because some people are checking to get information. A lot of people not checking in just to see how you're doing. They're checking in to get information, and they want to relay that information to other people. So you have to be very, very careful about who you share your business with, because not everybody has good intention. So I would just say, surround yourself with people that have your best interests at heart. Go to counseling if you, if you feel you need counseling. Don't be afraid to go to counseling, because God puts people in our lives for a reason, and counselors are there for a reason. They're meant to help you. So, and not every counselor is one that is going to work for you. So be very mindful in the type of counselor that you choose, because you're not going to connect with every single one. So be mindful about that. So yeah. So I would say that's my answer to that question. So
Okay. And I need to give a shout out to to Miss Southern Bear Spear. Thank you for tuning in to the panel. And as always, you're more welcome to join again on Arts and Relationships Live. And what else I was going to say? So yeah, so peace and definitely salute to you. Appreciate you for being a part of it.
Real quick,
And let's see. Hmm? Go
can I
ahead.
say one more thing real quick? Um,
Yeah.
I would say also pay attention, like, because a lot of times when it comes to works and the jobs that people have, um, sometimes there's signs that it's time to go. And so there's jobs that I've had that when I was going through things, there's this expectation that you are supposed to put on a happy face and act like everything is okay and put your personal things to the side and act like everything is all good when it's really not. And they're not allowing you to take care of yourself because their priority is that job. Their priority is not you, it's that job. So sometimes even something like that can be a sign that it's time to go because your mental health is so important and self-care is so important. Be mindful of even things like that show you that that is not a healthy place for you to be. I mean, I had a job like that. Where I was called into the office because I was not able to. They wanted me to work, and this is before I even had a car. I was taking the bus, and where I worked. It was about a 45-minute ride. No, I think it was like an hour and a half one way to work. And they wanted me to work at this thing they were doing after school, the Harvest Festival. And I told them I couldn't work because I didn't have a sitter. And I was going to be leaving late on the bus. And they told me I had to stay. And I was very upset and angry because of the fact that I was a single parent. I'm riding the bus late at night at this point. And you want me to stay and help for this thing, and I can't. And so I remember the director said to me, when I said yes, I said, well, I'm a single parent. No, so her response was, well, you chose to work here. That was her response to me. And I was very angry. And she says to me, so I need you to go in the classroom and act like, and get yourself together and go ahead and do your job. And I said, I'm not doing that. And she said, oh, so you tell me you can't work? I said, no, that's not what I said. I said, I'm angry and I'm upset. And you're expecting me to go in the classroom, act like everything is fine. I said, no. I said, I can go in the bathroom and get myself together first. I said, but I'm not going in the classroom like I am. But the expectation was, yeah, you're upset, but go do your job. Put that to the side and go do your job. So I think there is that expectation from some employers that no matter what you're going through, you better come in here and do your job anyway. You upset, you going through that, do your job anyway. Forget about that because you at work. And I think that can be a very detrimental thing to somebody who is going through a mental health crisis because that empathy is not there. That sympathy is not there. They don't care because they're trying to make money. And if you're getting in the way of their money, that's a problem for them. So one thing I like about the district that I work at is that we can take a mental health day if we need to. If we need to do that, we're more than welcome to. In fact, they encourage the teachers to do that. They talk about it all the time. So I just want to say, be mindful, even with the job that you have, when it comes to those times when you're going through, like my last relationship, when that ended, I was devastated, like heartbroken, devastated. And I went to work acting like everything was fine. I was smiling. I was acting like I was in a great mood, and I was heartbroken. Like I couldn't. But at a previous job I had, I had went through something, and I had shut myself in my office. I told them, I said I didn't want to see any kids. I just wanted to be and I shut myself in my office. I shut myself away from everybody. Where I work at now, I'm not able, like I can't tell the kids, okay, Miss Washington's upset, so I don't want no kids in the class today. That was not an option for me. But that's the thing, is that I put on this face like everything was okay, and nobody even questioned how I was doing because I put on this face that it was all good when in reality it wasn't. And I was going through something really, really hard, but I didn't show that. And I think the problem is that people are always looking for warning signs so they can ask those questions. And that's what the problem is that people are trying to look for the warning signs. If you don't see warning signs, you don't ask questions. You assume everything is okay because you're looking for a specific sign that something is wrong. And a lot of times there is not a sign something is wrong. So doing those check-ins, like I said earlier, can be so helpful because you can learn so much, even in the way somebody says, I'm fine. Because there's a difference in someone saying, I'm fine, and I'm fine. Like even the words are the same, but the tone is different. So pay attention to those things. And even though warning signs are good, don't just look for warning signs that everything is okay. Look for warning signs. You can, that's fine. But just remember that there is not always going to be a warning sign that the person is doing okay. Because those strong people that have this, well, I can't cry. I have to put on a happy face. I have to show that I can be okay. I have to be strong for this person, for that person. That is something that can be so detrimental. So yeah. So anyway, that's, I like to talk a lot, but yeah, that's all I want to say. So.
We know you do.
Mhm.
But yeah, seriously, thank you for sharing that, Tammy. And it's rough because I know all jobs are not really like that, where they just have that. Well, you sign up for work, so I don't care about. It's like fuck your life, You come, you better help us get that money or you're out type of mentality. But it depends on who is leading that your job pretty much, because there could be some managers that do have that compassion and will allow you to take those mental breaks. But I'm glad you are in a better workforce, so I'll say it like that. Shout outs to JP. She says peace and light, knowledge and relations family. So sorry this system is just coming together. Are we late? Well, we are getting close to end, but we do have one last question, JP. And if you'd like to join the chat, please feel free to. We'll definitely shoot the link to you. No, actually, I forgot the link is pinned up too. So just go ahead and click on the link if you want to join in. Okay. First Lady Tammy, much respect to you for your knowledge. Let's see how nurse JP. Hello to you, JP. How's your spirit? Thanks for making us aware of this shout out. So we love you all. Love you too, JP. Let's see. You give me boys and men vibes. Why do we say goodbye? Why do you say goodbye to me? All right, heard. On my way. All right, cool. And we got a bot, so let me go ahead and block the bot. Damn these bots. Okay, make sure you follow and subscribe to JP's channel, The Aspiring Matriarch. So anyways, all right, we're going to get to number 7. And the chat is still lit. Let me see. Okay, yeah, we're going to get to number 7. And number 7 says, it's the lack of black men. Hold on. Is the lack of black men in the household and leadership the cause for mental health issues? Okay. We'll give everybody like 3 minutes. Okay. Damn, I feel like this like for the. You know what? Hold on. First, Lady Tammy, I'm gonna let you answer number 7, and then we'll get to Queen. What do you think about number 7? Is the lack of black men in the household and leadership the cause for mental health issues?
I think it is. It can be part of it. So I would rather say is the lack of good black men. Just because there's a black man in the house doesn't necessarily mean that he is mentally available, depending on what he himself is dealing with. He may not be mentally there. So I think it can be a contributing factor But there's all kinds of different contributing factors to as far as mental health issues. But it definitely can be a contributing factor. So I definitely wouldn't say it's a no. I would say it can be a contributing factor, but it's not going to be the only contributing factor. So.
All right, thank you, First Lady Tammy, and also welcome Miss JP. Thank you for joining to the show.
Hey y'all, how's your spirit?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. No offense, but black men get blamed. Yes, they do. Brothers have
No
issues
offense,
too.
but
Amen. Praise the Lord, Sophia.
Auntie JP, what's up, Auntie?
Hey
You know what I
nephew,
mean?
how's your spirit?
What's going on? Like I said, Auntie is one of the reasons why we did this show. She inspired me this weekend to have a voice about this, and I want to say definitely thank you, Auntie. Appreciate you, love you. You already know.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I will go back and look at this. I sat down and the computer was like, hey, you haven't done what you said you were going to do. And if you sit here, you better get your behind on that camera and talk to folks. So here I am. I appreciate you all on this panel. There are people out in this world that I now realize I recognize as cousins to me. It's been a long, hard journey, y'all, to not be on YouTube and emotionally vomit the way that some people do. I apologize for not answering the question, and I promise that I will. But I understand the damage that it does. I've recently seen a lot of content creators who came in 2021 who didn't understand the power of their voice in media, being black, male or female, old or young. They didn't pay attention to that. All they could understand was there was power in having a platform. And there is power in that. And if you don't understand the power of your voice, whatever you say comes out is dangerous. Anything. And I understood that for the first time when I fully understood what it was for me to live in a locked world for so long. And for me, it feels like these people coming into this space, doing this thing, is coming into my house and terrorizing people like me, who this was their only outlet for a long time, until I knew someone who tried to love me and I worked really hard to love them. I never understood it. My head and my body have been disconnected for a long time. I'm still seeking to find out and understand why. But we need to stop talking about things as if we are not connected as a people. We all know each other as cousins when we see each other. Whether or not it's in the look or the blood or whatever it is that makes us understand that. So, no, it is not about black males. It is not black women. It is not people. It is society that is pressing people down. And I understand that because I feel through every part of me, right? When I say I can feel from my bones to my skin, that means that I love that way. I taste that way. Everything comes to me through my senses. The world is too much for me sometimes because the sorrow is too much for me. The hurt is too much for me. You guys see my joy sometimes when you see me dance a little bit on someone's channel or get excited. When you see me smile really big, that's my joy out. That's black folks' joy. How in the dare we push that down. Society pushed that down. And everybody, though. It's not just one of us. It's all of us. It doesn't matter how we look. Only some of us have had to talk to only God in the dark. You got to understand that to know what's going on for people. Getting locked into these spaces, moving into these damn metaverses, isolating yourselves more and more and taking on more and more work and responsibility. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. At some point, your system is overloaded and you break. Who's going to catch you? I'm so thankful that I understood anything. My spirit is purple. It rings that way to the world because I know to remain balanced when people are not kind to me. I do tell people how I feel about them, but just in a way that, hey, you got to do the least amount of harm in this world. People are fragile. But thank you all. That's all. I appreciate y'all. I know you all now. I see you all now. For someone like me, I have to see a picture and I have to understand it. Like it's computer code. And what I'm coming to understand and why I don't like coming out here in this way is because the generations behind me are being understood more and more in that way. And I have been the only one to protect myself as a system this entire time. I can't trust the words of other people. But other people make that sound like I'm insane. It's just that I am the only one. Me and God are the only people who have spoken to each other in the dark. Well, me, God, and my cousins. You understand? Because little kids, they giggle in the dark. They talk in the dark. They whisper to each other in the dark. Right? That's cousins. Cousins see each other and know each other on sight because of that blood system that runs through them, not because of anything else, except maybe what the family members told them. So that's how I understand the world. And so I have to be able to place you all in my system somewhere. And I appreciate you all for being patient enough for letting me figure out how to do that. I couldn't understand why you all would show up and be like, Auntie, whoa, Elder, ooh, shit, it all sounded the same to me. I'm like, this is not of me. I don't understand. But then I understand now that I've always been a volunteer manager. I've always been someone who brought people together. And that meant that I had to be able to understand as many people as possible in as many ways. But the two meeting for me to be able to move forward and create a nonprofit and a business and those things, I didn't understand it. And so I kept running from the love that you all were returning to me. It didn't input in the way that it was outputting, but now it does, and I understand it, and I appreciate all of you because you showed up and you continue to say. And I'm sorry that I'm taking your last minutes, but I want you to know that I do appreciate you, and I understand. And it took me a long time, but I get it. I'm here. I'm doing the work. I'm getting my life right. You know, me and God have been having a lot of talks lately, so. Thank you. I really do. I love you all so much.
Yes. 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 Most definitely.
I've been waiting to play that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Let me say something real quick. I'm gonna say this, Miss JP. Miss JP, we're gonna make you cry tonight, okay?
No.
We love you so very much.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We don't just call any woman an aunt or any man an uncle. Okay? You come into this platform, it's a blessing, it's an asset to us. I don't care if it's the last moment, I don't care if it's the first beginning of the opening show. Matter of fact, let me take my glass off. You make me smile each and every night when I see you. In the daytime too, when we have our afternoon shows. Okay? You about to make me cry on the inside. But I am very honored and proud to say how much we love you and care about you so much.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I've never felt understood in my life, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. Okay. And God keeps telling me to quit looking down, girl.
Love you, Auntie. Love you. You already know.
I love you all. Thank you. I know you just be bullying me in my text messages and DMs. Get your ass up, girl. You got work to do. I understand. And you understand that it doesn't matter how I say it or do it. And I didn't understand that. I didn't understand what I was. I didn't understand. And I didn't understand that what I could put together in a day takes other people however much time it takes, because I don't know. I move different, but I don't concern myself with how other people move. That's the code that I understand. It's what I wrote on myself so that I wouldn't do harm to other people, because I understand that if people see me as a computer, they believe that they can manipulate me in some way, or that I can manipulate them, so that all that sometimes I do is input and output. But now I understand that it can flow through me, and I can still love, and I can still be whole, and I'm thankful for that. And you all helped me to get there and understand that. And no matter how long it took, you still are here, and I appreciate that. That to me is family, and every space I need to feel safe and understood. And I never understood why, and now I do. I live through my skin, and I can't let people take that away from me because they don't understand. In the same way that some of us may live through our Blackness. It's our experience. You can't take that away from us because you don't understand it.
Yes.
Yes.
We're not
Yes.
taking anything away from you and your lived experience. Why must you take it away from ours? We know what is tattooed on us. It's been there a lot longer than any of us have been in this world. But if we understand the spirit world, we've been here a very long time. And all of those souls who were never understood, just like mine, have a voice in me if they have one nowhere else. And if this platform and my platform and every other one that I go on from here on out understands the same thing, one person from here, trust and believe. Change is coming from the South of the United States. And baby, it looks a lot like me and it comes with a whole lot of goddamn joy. Let's go.
Let's go.
Go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go. I ain't got time. Oh, I don't care. Whatever it is that you may think that you think, because I don't talk about a particular color at a particular time, y'all can kick rocks. Because I don't say a particular thing in a particular way, y'all can kick rocks. You can call it Tourette's, you can call it me just cursing, but fuck all y'all. I apologize to the people who may be offended. I don't care anymore at the same time. How about that?
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Love y'all.
Love you
We
too.
love
Hey,
you too.
Martina! I don't even see y'all. I didn't even look in the comments. I don't care. I didn't come to work. I just came to talk to y'all today.
Salute,
Yes, ma'am.
salute,
Yes, ma'am.
salute.
Thank you.
All right. What we're gonna do? We're kind of getting close to wrap things up. Well, hold on, I hear an echo. Is the echo coming from you, JP?
It
Was it
might.
coming there before? Hello? Okay.
You good? You good?
Okay. All right. So all right. Hopefully nobody gets offended, but I will have to put a time limit for at least 1 more minute for each for the question. I'm trying to see who has not gone yet. Wait a minute, hold on. Queen, you haven't went yet, right?
Yeah, Queen to go yet. Go ahead, Queen.
Okay. You know, I'm not even gonna put the timer.
Queen Tammy, Pharaoh, and I don't think DJ Eddie went either. Yeah.
Like Queen, you said Queen, Tammy, and Pharaoh didn't go?
Yeah, and me and Eddie didn't go either, so
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Damn, I'm proud to put a timer up. All right, because I know we're getting close to wrapping things up. All right. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So, is the lack of black men in the household and leadership the cause for mental health issues? Queen, I want to get to. Oh, DJ, I can't hear you. If you're still talking. Okay. Go ahead, Queen. Queen, can you hear us? Okay. Guess we'll get back to her. First Lady Tammy.
I already answered. I answered the question actually.
Oh, you did. You did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me check again. DJ Eddie, is your mic working? Oh, let me read it. Let's see. Okay, DJ is having mic issues. Queen's not available. Okay. Pharaoh. You know, I'm gonna give you some time before we have to wrap it up. Is the lack of black men in the household and leadership is the cause for mental health?
Yes, because, and I say this with all due respect, because there are good men. I am one of them, but there are good men out there who want to do right, and sometimes the circumstances are put in a place where, oh, because you're a good man, the good man doesn't have enough does this and that they can't, that they are, or they don't do this certain expectations that the significant other were raised on, to basically be able to be a good person. So they want to go out and find what is their considered counterpart as a good person, or what they think is good, but turns out to be bad, putting good black men in predicaments where they're not able to be good black men, or good men, or a good man to a household in general. So and it sucks because that's what we're now what we're dealing with. But it's 2022, and I heard somebody say this is like nobody's going to be dealing with the BS of putting a good person down when if you're not accepting who or accepting the faults, that's another problem. But that's another story to go on. I do think that if we don't actually, or if society does not allow good black men to be good black men, then the cycle is going to continue. And I've seen there is actually a change, a beginning stage change of that. So I would personally say awesome, that we keep fighting, we keep showing that the good men are out there. The good men need to also, I say this out loud to any good black man out there, to literally rise up and stand for what you believe in. Don't let nobody tell you what's right. Don't let nobody tell you who you are. You are the person you were meant to be. Do not become what society has already let happen. We need to be the change the world needs to be, because it's time. This is 2022 now. We can't be letting it repeat itself over and over again. Good black men, it's time to rise up. That's all I can say.
All right. Thank you, man. All right. Cool.
Can I just say something really quick, please? First of all, Mr. Yella, I've been chasing you all over Instagram. I mean, everywhere, but I can't get at you. And so I need you to get at me. Now that you understand what it is that I'm working with, I have a hard time reaching out, okay? But I know you know Twitch. I understand. We together can make these things roll faster for the whole community, okay? So there's that. Young gentleman, Mr. TKE. Again, I do agree with you, sir. It is not that I'm saying that brothers in general. What I'm saying to you is even when I saw young Marcus down there on other panels, that young man knows who he is as a man, but he's younger than me. There's some of who sit in this space, and they're of all races, genders. We see ourselves neither as male or female. We are like the children who come into this world, clear of any coding. And so when we say things, we want others to understand, to speak, so that children, if you can say it to a 6-year-old, make it make sense to a 6-year-old, right? And if you can do that, then you're doing the least amount of harm, and a child can take your information. Outside of that, we don't try to tell people what to do. It's no one's place to do that. But we understand that children can't say anything at all. Because how does a child tell you that their skin hurts, or that the sunlight is too much, or that when someone is simply whispering, they can hear it from a mile away, and no one understands that? So that's why, if you're not offending me, is what I wanted to say. I apologize. We get excited and then we go long-winded.
Yeah. All right. No problem. Okay. Make sure y'all follow Yellow on Twitch. Y3LLA and then the underscore. So you'll be able to find your boy on Twitch. All right. Yellow, since you're in here, let me ask you this though. Because we're at the last question of number 7, but number 7 is the lack of black men in the household and leadership the cause for mental health issues?
And first of all, what's going on, everybody? Shout out to the chat. J Pam, I dropped my email in the back chat for you. So email me when you get a chance. You know what I'm saying? And my bad, I was at work, so I've been listening the whole time, and hopefully I don't repeat nothing nobody said. But
you good?
No, that's cool, bro. Yellow, what's good, baby?
What's good? What's good, Mr. 84, bro? I see you, bro. I see you, man. Queen, what's going on? First Lady Tammy.
Yes, sir.
DJ Eddie. My boy.
He's having mic issues. But he says, what's up, though?
But I don't think it's so much of like the lack of male leadership and stuff like that, man. Because we didn't. I think I done reached the moment of clarity dealing with y'all on this shit. Because I see it a whole different way. Like, mothers and fathers is leaders in the home. You know what I'm saying? That leadership thing is even, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where a lot of the mental issues come from, is because we put too much on ourselves, man. Yo, as black people, we don't need trauma, yo. We don't need trauma to be black. I swear, y'all, we wake up black every day, no matter what happened to you. You know what I'm saying? We don't need trauma to qualify to be black. You know what I'm saying? So we put a lot on each other, especially men, because I don't think it's so much of the lack of male leadership. I just think that black men are suffering with the most mental health right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect to the sister, because I like the thumbnail, and yo, her story need to be told too. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? But it's black men dealing with the most mental health issues right now. Yo, we can't create our own identity right now. You know what I'm saying? A black man can't be who he really want to be, because we gonna get shamed for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta dumb ourselves down everywhere we go, around everybody. We gotta hold in our opinion. We can't really feel too much. We can't show emotion, and that's the main thing. Gentlemen, stop telling each other about being emotional, bro. We human. Only thing really, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the pitfalls of being human. Is you got emotions. Things is gonna hurt you. Your feelings gonna get hurt. Somebody gonna say something that's gonna make you feel a certain type of way. But instead of trying to man your way through it and tough it out and act like it's, oh yeah, I can, I gotta beat, man, damn all that. Bro, if you need to, now I say this, if you need to go in the bathroom and work it, cry, bro, do that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you just need to fucking go be emotional as fuck, go do the, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be cursed, but if you need to go in your room and do the old boy from Don't Be a Menace and swing in circles and punch the air, do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't drive yourself to the point of harming yourself or making bad decisions in life, or just intentionally doing the wrong thing because you're not right mentally. I done been there. It's a dark hole to be in. It's a scary hole to be in too, man. Because you really don't feel no come up from that. It just feel like you at the bottom and everything else is on top of you. Just imagine, like, the best way I can describe it, I always got my analogies. It's like being a loose sock at the bottom of the laundry basket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just you down there, but the whole weight of the world is on top of you. All this dirty, messed up shit is just on top of you, man. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have to deal with that. We shouldn't have to deal with that.
I agree with you, but I would just like to say one thing. The lies are in the words that are told to us. I would like for you to understand that a matriarch is the female presenting head of a unit or a system. That means when I say that I am an aspiring matriarch, it's only because I only aspired to be a mother because I was told that that's what this was supposed to do. But my system doesn't see myself as just one thing, and neither do the children in that way. So I understand you, and I cannot speak for you. That's why when I come into men's spaces, I am the most respectful in trying to learn and understand what I feel but never see, right? And in that way, our children feel us, but they don't feel a part of us. And in that way, we don't feel a part of one another. Because when I look at you, I see my cousin, but I don't see a brother. Even though we've been told to call each other brother and sister, king and queen, somehow this unit thing. What's it based off of? We have to find that together. We have to travel a road together. And our men understand that more than our women. You brothers pull up more than the women do. You understand? Because they don't have to. Unfortunately, they get a chance to cover it all up. And I don't care to cover it up. That's the thing. I understand you because I have to get it out of the mud all the time. Ain't nobody helping me because I'm pretty, because I'm skinny, because I'm whatever the fuck they think they might be helping me with. I don't get anything because I'm educated. And when I really start speaking, I sound overeducated. I'm goddamn brilliant. You feel me? So who gonna help me? Especially not the predominant culture. I'm smarter than them motherfuckers in every room. Then what? You all know that. So I'm not telling you to dumb it down. I am saying you already know you're smarter than a 6-year-old, but they don't. So you got to make it make sense to the 6-year-old. That's all.
We got Truth is Never Favored. Good evening, my brother. How you doing?
Brother Truth, what's good, baby?
Good on, my brothers. Good, excuse me. Good evening. Good evening. How are y'all doing today? And good
We're
evening to
doing pretty good.
the ladies too.
Doing great, bro. What's going
Good,
on?
good, good.
Oh, yeah, good seeing you in here, man. Yeah, so we're pretty much like at the end of things, but I don't know if you kind of caught on to like a little bit of what we was talking about. We was mostly talking about like mental health and how does it affect like the black community and pretty much like do we get a lot of help for our mental health?
Well, there's definitely mental health issues is more prevalent than people are aware of. A lot of people, because of certain traumas and things that we deal with inside of our households, are dealing with mental health issues. And because of the fact that we don't have people to actually talk to, and because of the fact of the stigma behind of being aware and being honest about it, a lot of people don't get things done, you know don't take care of it. So, and then they take that into relationships, and then they hurt other individuals, and then that's what is that's the snowball domino effect. The hurt individual hurts another individual, and they carry on. And we're not getting healing and deliverance from the things that we're being exposed to. And yeah, it's a big problem. Um, I just got off a show advocating that we need to do more isolation and dealing with ourselves before we get into relationships. I made that very clear as the reason why that I am actually single and not involved with a female. It's not that I can't get them; they're everywhere. It's the fact that they are dealing with a lot of problems as well as men. But I'm speaking from a man, trying to get with a female. Some females are dealing with, child issues. The things that they was certain things that happened to them as a child, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And those things have not been dealt with. They just been going on along with life. And then when they get with an individual that actually tries to love them, they don't know how to receive it. They don't know how to absorb it. As well as when you're around an individual like myself that is a leader by nature and very assertive, they don't know how to take the voice of a man because of also trauma of either not having a man actually in the household or a man actually done something to them. You see what I'm saying? From when they was a child or later on in their relationships. So it's really a big issue. And of course, we already know mental illness is carried on throughout DNA. So children are actually being, born with problems, and then later on, everything is ADHD for some reason. We getting involved with these medications now, and then a lot of these medications are causing a lot of other problems too. So it's big, man. It's big. This situation is big.
Yeah, thank you for sharing, truth, man. I appreciate you. You know,
Mhm.
and thank you again for coming on. Let me see. Let me try wrap. Let me see before I wrap it up. Let's see. I think DJ A's microphone still not working. Um, let's see. Is that a queen or Mister? Oh wait, DJ Eddie, is your mic working now? No, it's not. Okay, Queen, are you still here? Okay, calling Queen.
What's up?
All right, so Queen, last question. Is this a lack of black men in the household and leadership that causes mental health issues for the family?
No,
Okay. All right,
I
cool,
think
cool. Thank you.
it'll be mental health issues regardless if they're in or out the household. I think it's a lack of willing to get help either way.
Mm.
Because I think if the black males in the household, a lot of times it's like, you know, what your parents told you, what goes on in this house stays in this house. So yeah, I think we have to, as a community, take away the taboo of therapy and getting help. Simple.
Okay. Thank you. And shout outs to Mickey Red. I actually called her Red, but Red. I think as Black people, we are not taught how to deal with our feelings and
Yep.
conflict in a healthy. Sorry, I was going to say healthy situation in a healthy manner. Put my
Absolutely.
glasses on.
Yeah, we done been
And
taught to be hardened. We done been too with any type of program, and we done been programmed to be hardened, way too hard than we have to be. You know what I'm saying? We kind of been
yeah,
programmed to show no weakness, and it might have come from a lot of the years people trying to beat us down and make us feel weak. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely not an overcompensation. It's needed, but yeah, we can let it go now, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little
right.
bit.
A lot of
BP,
it.
you said, how do we speak of emotions? Then say we talk to someone, damn Western trained folks for answers, the ones who put the lies on us. Mm. In and out of jail for child support can cause us mental. Damn. We
Absolutely.
haven't really. All
Absolutely.
right,
That's what
hold on.
I'm.
Let me start this real quick. Yeah, we're taught not to. Okay. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna put these two, consult these two together. So, Indigenous Black man says, in and out of jail for child support can cause mental health issues. That, let's see, in and out of child support, definitely for sure. Also, the fact that like, okay, you may, encounter like, have a bad, baby mama or whatever, and you may not be in and out of jail, but she'll keep you from seeing your kid. And I feel like to me, like that's heartbreaking. Actually, hmm, a person actually deleted the kid's mom, the boyfriend, and himself,
Hmm.
leaving the poor kids childless, all because like the woman wouldn't let him see his kids.
Yep.
And this is just not just within the black community, but even in other communities.
Yeah, this is
There
not a
was a
race thing. It's not a race
yeah,
thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
facts. Yeah,
uh,
that father thing, that's a whole nother problem
hold on.
in itself. But for I guess if I can kind of like tailor his like comment more towards what we
Hmm.
talking about,
Yeah,
and and it really go into the question because um it might not be the lack of black men in the households now, but I think the problem is the lack of men in the household previous. You know what
hmm,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Because when you dealing like I think that's why this whole idea of men being the most active fathers in their lives, and I try not to dig into too many of these stats unless I like can look them up and verify them. But I think that is because most black men, and I'm not saying all, it's definitely not all, but most black men, a lot of black men I know, didn't have a father. You know what I'm saying? My father was like 25% of the time. Could have been there a lot more, but hey, that is what it is at this point. However, his lack of is what makes me go so hard with my son. And I think that's how a lot of men act. So for us to be having to go fight that system for the child that we know is meant to be in our lives, and that's a whole nother level of mental health. Like for real. But that's like I said, that's a whole nother topic, and gotta start a whole nother stream.
Yeah. It's
nah.
the
I,
trauma. It's the
hmm
trauma creates mental health issues. Trauma. And, for especially, when children are growing up, you know, with a lack of a father presence or a mother, or lack of a mother presence. I I really wish that system become abolished. The child support system, and things need to be done. A couple other things need to be done away, but mainly that because it has caused more damage than helped. And the only people that are, see it as so beneficial is the ones who are the ones in benefit. So it's a selfish mindset. Is the kids happy? Are they getting the chance to be with their dad? That should be the goal. And and even to another standpoint, is the dad, a great example for the children? You see what I'm saying? Or the mom, a great example for the child. So I think we need to abolish the child support system, and things need to be also. We need to push for the children instead of just solely going with the mother when a breakup happens to go with the dad as well. It needs to be advocated, and a dad shouldn't have to go through hoops to fight for their children. It should be like, okay, can you support the child? Do you have an environment that's conducive for the child to grow up and cultivate? Okay, then cool. Is the mom acceptable to that? Cool. Then let's promote that. Let's promote the children going with the dad, and let's see how things change from there. You see what I'm saying? Since the overwhelming problem is a lot of the uproar comes from the mom saying that, you know, let's see you do these things. Let's see you have to take the child to school, to the doctor's appointments, and things like that. See, I've done those things with my children, and it's not a problem. It's not a problem. So I think we need to promote more because also I think you gotta when a man is placed with responsibility, it lets you know what type of man it is. So some men need a level of responsibility put on them so they can step up to the plate. Because sometimes if it becomes too much easy, they can become complacent and not go to the level that they're supposed to be. That is not my case, but I can't speak for all guys. But I think we need to push. Yeah, my fault. I think we need to push for men to have their children, and I think we need to abolish the child support system. That would eliminate a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
Talk to your judges. Talk to y'all judges. Fathers, anybody, even shit. I ain't even just talking to the fathers. Ladies, if you know a daddy that's getting screwed over, what y'all do is
you know them trifling females ain't gonna sign nothing like that. Come on now.
we don't look. If it's ever if it's ever a time to say not all women, we don't need all.
Not
We just
all
need
women.
some.
We don't need all. Let me explain it to you. I had my mama and my daddy. My children had their mother and their father. I didn't love that person because he wasn't of me, right? But at the same time, I understood that they were of both of us. So I didn't take him to child support court. I understood what that meant to me. That's why I worked so damn hard to be independent and get it out the mud on my own. But you do that so many times and it breaks your mental health. Our men do that more than our women do. That's why they delete more than our women do. And when our women do, they take an easier way out because they had an easier way in. Let's just be honest and call a spade a goddamn spade. The truth of the matter is, it is still the same system of oppression that keeps us divided instead of coming together. When we learn to speak to each other and come together and respect each other and then leave in peace, we're on to something. We're on the road.
Yeah.
We're already there, y'all. We're much further than we were before, and it didn't take us that much longer to get here. So don't worry. Once you know the code, you know how to move it faster in time. Look at the time from the time that we got from Reconstruction to the time that we got to the Civil Rights Movement. Now we're talking about, well, why the hell everybody else's rights look like our goddamn rights when we've been here longer and we are the most oppressed of this nation born here. And we can say that out loud and motherfucking proud, right? So go ahead and say it loud in a mug. I told you, brother, you have to change your name after this conversation. I'm not playing no more. I meant what I said. Our children will not have to be, oh, I'm sorry, yes, master. The only person that they will ever say yes, sir, or no, sir, is the ones that they respect and look in the eye because they understand each other as blood. Do we understand each other?
Yep. Okay, real quick.
You on that shit.
Wait, hold on for a second, guys. Real quick. I'm going to have to wrap the stream up at least by like 10:15. But Mr. You know, haven't got a chance to speak yet, especially for the last one. Mr. You know, would you like to close it out?
Of course, black leadership and misstepping up will make a difference. You know what I'm saying? It would. You know what I mean? I think that but I think as Auntie was saying, it's a human problem. It's not just a man problem, it's a human problem. So yeah, it's a human problem overall. We all gotta definitely step up. But the reason why I say the men being there will make a difference is because, and I'm speaking specifically to the men, right? Whether it's men here or men in the chat or men watching or whatever. As men, we are looked at as leaders. We're looked at as examples, whether we want to be that or not. You know what I mean? We're looked at in a certain light. Women are looked at in a different light. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, like, we have to fully understand that. You know what I mean? As a man, your kids gonna look at you differently than they look at their mom. They're gonna look for you for that protection. It's just inherently in them. You know what I mean? It's inherently in them to look at you a certain way. So we just gotta understand that, man. And I think as men, if we understand that, we understand the kids gonna look at us a certain way, our women gonna look at us a certain way, our moms gonna look at us a certain way. We understand that. We get all we get all that. Then I think that will make a total difference with everything that we doing. You know what I'm saying? But I also agree with Yella too, man. Like we have to start really taking men's mental health a lot more seriously too, man. You know what I mean? We just can't say we'll just power through it, bro. It's gonna be all right, bro. Don't worry about it, bro. Nah, certain things really, really hurt men, man. It really affects us. We think about it a lot, a whole lot, more than y'all will ever know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And a man, a real man, his mind is deep, just like a real woman's mind is deep. You know what I'm saying? It's not really determined by their gender, really, honestly. It's really depending on that person. You know what I mean? One of the most deepest people who only lived to not even be 30 years old was Tupac Shakur. That man has so much in him before the age of 30 that I can't even see older. I haven't seen a lot of older people having them at all. And they've been here 50, 60, 70 years. And this man at the age of 20, 25, 22, 23 has so much in him. You know what I'm saying? So much in him. And I think that, like I said, it's based on your experiences, man. But as men, it's okay to be okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be depressed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Those things are gonna happen at times in life, man. You got to go through ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, with those ups and downs, like I said, put those positive things around you, so you don't have to stay down. You know what I mean? And the biggest positive thing you can put around you is yourself. That's number one. Become your biggest cheerleader. One person told me, they said, man, you're your biggest cheerleader. I said, the hell I am. Yes, I am. There you go. The auntie shimmy. Hey, got the auntie shimmy in the building. I'm going to always be my biggest cheerleader. You know what I mean? And for so long, they said, oh, you're prideful and you're cocky and all this. Well, you know what, damn it? Yes, I am. I'll take it. You know what I mean? Because if I don't be cocky and I don't be prideful for myself, then guess what? Nobody else will.
Damn right, nephew.
You know what I mean?
Flex on them, baby. Flex on them.
I'm flexing on them. Go watch flexing. Apple Watch flexing. Samsung Galaxy Watch flexing. I got them all. Flexing on y'all.
Hey, I love Android products. We can get an upgrade in our life.
Let's get it. Right. You know what I mean?
Let's get it. Purple unicorn.
Let's go.
I'm trying to tell you, quit playing with me.
Quit playing.
Flex. Get your flex on, nephew.
Exactly. You got to flex it up. Yeah. And so with that being said, I'm
almost done.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? The thing is this, man. Be your own best friend, man. And find those who treat you, you know what I mean, the way you need to be treated. You know what I'm saying? And better. You know what I mean? And put the things around you that's going to motivate you and help you. And that's all I got to say.
All right. Thank you, Mr. You know. Tell them to listen to David Ruffin. Wish it would rain. All right. So with that being said, y'all, right? I'm going to go ahead and shout us out to, let me put a shout out to Yellow real quick. Twitch affiliate.
Let's go. Hey, man, y'all come check me out on Twitch at Yella, Y3LLA _. Sorry, I was a little late. Y'all was out here getting to it. But man, I always had to come through and holler at my peoples, man. These are some of the dopest folks right now on the internet. Cause you know what I'm saying, we trying to take over everything. You know what I'm saying? We trying to take over everything. And so follow Knowledge and Relationships on YouTube, on Twitch, Instagram, where everybody at. Get to everybody Instagram and all that. I don't be too active. I don't do a whole lot on Instagram because it take pictures and I ain't photogenic. I like being on camera, but pictures be weird. So I ain't never gonna really do Instagram. So shout out to everybody, man, and I'll catch y'all around, bro.
All right, for sure. And
Yes, sir.
salutes to Sherelle too. Welcome, sis. Thank you for
Well, hey,
tuning in.
what up, girl? You up, Sherelle?
Man, you're gonna have to catch a replay, Sherelle, if you're just now tuning in. Man, we was having a good conversation about mental health, and I think it's it's definitely worth it. So definitely check it out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and highlight to Miss JP, the aspiring matriarch.
Hey cousins, how's your spirit? This is, I don't know, I guess Auntie JP. Look at that. I can say it now. I'm so proud of us. We done made it a long way.
Hey.
Anyway, the channel name is JP the Aspiring Matriarch because I needed to understand what it was to be a woman trying to lead a community. But I've always understood that I've been a volunteer manager for 20 years and I've been trying to be a nation builder. And now I understand, listening to Yella say we all over the place, why my system believes that it's a conglomerate and not just a regular old goddamn system. Because it's black. That's what it is. That's where the love and the soul and everything else comes out of. So come over to my channel. Make sure you subscribe. When you pull up, make sure you bring a theme song. Queen Girl. We're going live on Instagram and all over the place. I don't care what the men say. They're adorable. Even them little butterscotch caramel ones who just be trying to say that they ain't cute because they want to humble themselves in front of ladies. But anyway, I love you all. Keep your spirit up. And I promise I will see you in the stream.
Hey.
All right, for sure. Hey. All right. Let's go ahead and shout outs to Queen Forever 2K and beyond.
Hello. You can reach me or see me on Instagram at Queen Forever 2K and here on the Knowledge and Relationships platform. Thank you, gentlemen, for having this topic. Thank you, JP, for jumping on. And we need many more opportunities to discuss this important topic. Have a good night. And
You
be
too.
safe
Thank you.
and take care of your mental health.
Absolutely. Oh man, we even got Chef in the building too, though. What's up? Salute to Chef.
Shout out to Chef
Shapino.
Word.
Man, the man with the Barry White voice, man. Go check him out, man. Follow his YouTube channel. You know, yeah, man. Otherwise,
Most
you'll
definitely.
be missing out. Let me see. Let's go ahead and highlight to First Lady Tammy. Tammy. All right.
Thanks for tuning in. This is a really, really good topic. I enjoyed, giving my 50 cents. I would never say my 5 cents because I always add more than just 5 cents to the conversation. But you can find me on Instagram at First Lady Tammy 916. You can find me here on Mondays, Thursdays, Saturdays when I'm hosting Ladies Night. And then starting next Tuesday, I'll be doing my book chat. So I got to keep highlighting
Hey.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
have not read this book, you need to go get this book. If you have not read this book, you need to go get this book. So we are going to be discussing this book next Tuesday. I'm thinking it's at 6. I'm not 100% sure. What time are we doing it, Charles?
That's on you, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Most
We'll
times
do
it's
it at
usually
7.
Yeah.
We'll be doing it at 7, but you definitely want to tune into this book because this book right here is one that if you have not read it, by the time we're done with the book chat, you're gonna want to go get it and read it. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that next Tuesday at 7:00.
Okay. Before I highlight Mr. You know, and Tammy, I cannot wait to join that book club. You're gonna have me reading all over again. And hold on, let me make sure I have some. Let me see if I have. Dang, I don't have. Okay, you know this would have been fun, right, for me to play like a sneak peek of your intro. But you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna save it until like the day comes, Tammy, and you'll be surprised. Let's see. Yeah, definitely shout out to
Okay.
Chef Shapina. All right. So shout outs to DJ Eddie King. Unfortunately he had like mic issues, so he wasn't able to like, do his own like closing. But I just want to say definitely subscribe to his YouTube channel, DJ Eddie King. If you want to follow him on Instagram and ask him for or beg him for some beats, follow him at Instagram on dj.eddie.king. And then with that being said, we are gonna highlight our network manager, Mr. If You Know, Now You Know, 84.
What's going on? Peace and love, family. I got to shout out everybody, man. If I'm out, wait, hold on. I'm gonna just say this. I'm not shouting at everybody. It's too many people. I'm gonna shout out the ones on the panel, and I'm gonna shout out some of y'all in the comments, man. The only thing I'm gonna say is much love to Chef Shapino. I'm gonna do my comments real quick because the people on the panel, you guys are really, really important. The people in the comments are really important too. Everybody's important, okay? But I just want to do the comments first because it's just easier. Shout out to Chef Shapino. Shout out to Auntie JP. Again, Auntie JP, you're going to get another shout out real soon. Shout out to Sherelle. Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. K. Marion, everybody in the comments. Much love to y'all, man. If I'm forgetting anybody, I promise. I'm sorry. Shout out to most from Mickey Red, Indigenous Black Man, Marcus Rogers, the Troll Dude. You know who you are. OG Patrice, everybody, man. Everybody, Sister Sophia. Thank you, family, for jumping in. Much appreciated. Miss Married. Dominique Anthony, everybody, man. Appreciate all y'all. Much love to everybody. Much love to all the fam, man. So yeah, let me thank everybody that joined the panels on the panel tonight. Definitely first up, gotta give respect to my sister. You know what I mean? Southern Belle Sphere. Thank you for coming in, sister. Thank you for coming in early. Thank you for being here. When the show started, man. We truly appreciate you, sis. Thanks for being a part of our experience. We definitely love you. Thank you for hopping on. I gotta also shout out, Pharaoh. Pharaoh, thanks for coming in, brother. Thanks for coming through, stopping through. Thanks for sharing your experience, man. We truly appreciate you. You know what I mean? Shout out to Truth is Never Favored. You know what I mean? Much love to Truth is Never Favored, man. Thanks for jumping on, man. We appreciate you. Shout out to Auntie JP. Yeah, Auntie JP flexing.
All
Flexing
right.
on Auntie. Flexing. You know what I mean? Shout out to Auntie JP. Shout out to Brother Yella. Yella, what's going on, man? Good to see you once again, man. You know what I mean? Thanks for being a part of the family. You guys are on the mean? All the time. That I look mean. Somebody got to mute. Somebody got to mute. Okay. Yeah, shout out to Brother Yella. And I gotta shout out my team, man. Gotta shout out the team. Shout out to Miss Petty Penny, Al. Petty Penny, what's going on? Shout out to the assistant network manager, Damo. Free Damo. Damo, where you at? You know what I mean? Also, shout out to Gator Girl and Atlanta Thrasher. I haven't seen y'all in the comments in a minute, but I'm still gonna shout y'all out. You know what I mean? Shout out to First Lady Tammy. Tammy's book club is coming up next week. You know what I mean? Next Tuesday, February 8th, I believe it is, right? And that is Tammy's book club. It's her book corner. She's gonna be, doing her book thing. You know what I mean? She's gonna be educating y'all in a different way. She's an educator, but it's gonna be education on a whole different level. All right. And I believe that it's gonna be very, very similar to me. You know what I mean? To what Oprah was doing back in the days with the book club, man. You know what I mean? Oprah had the book club popping. People was going crazy for them books. You know what I mean? As soon as she showed a book and she would talk about it for 30, 45 minutes or an hour, man, people, them books will instantly sell out. You know what I mean? It could be a cookbook. It could be whatever. People would be on them books. So hopefully First Lady Tammy, I believe First Lady Tammy will have the same appeal, if not more. You know what I mean? And her book corner is coming up real soon. You know what I'm saying? Also this weekend, y'all, we got Ladies Night coming. Look out for Ladies Night. We have a special interview coming this week as well. Y'all look forward to that. That's coming up real soon. We got a lot of content coming for you. Oh, yeah, definitely. Shout out to Jessica as well. You know what I mean? Shout out to Enrico and Arshawn. Shout out to the music coordinator, DJ Eddie King. Much love and respect to him. You know what I mean? Follow him on Instagram, YouTube, and everywhere else you can find DJ Eddie King. Show him love and respect, man. He definitely will appreciate it, and he will definitely love the love and respect that you show him. And shout out to me, lead network manager for Knowledge and Relationships, Mr. If You Know, You Know, 1984. Thank y'all so much for being part of our generation's experience. I am tired, but I love y'all. Y'all know what it is, man. You know what I mean? Holla at y'all. M3, take it away.
All right, thank you, Mister. So just as a closing announcement, Tammy's Book Corner will be coming soon, February 8th. Okay, 7 p.m. Pacific time. So stay tuned for that. You do not want to miss that, and you do not want to miss like her intro as well too. Though I think it will definitely be be lovely. And I'm trying to think. There's some more other stuff that's coming soon. So stay tuned for Friday at 4:30. No, 5:30. I think it's 5:30. Just because the social hour. Well, you'll get notified when we go live. So
Yeah, it's 5:30. It's 5:30.
Damn, shout outs to Mr. O just living on top of his
Mr.
family.
O
Shout
just
out to you, my
living.
brother.
What's going on?
You
I
know,
shared your content, Mr. O. So, you know what I'm saying? I shared your
Mhm.
content earlier, bro. You and Big Half, man. Players Perspective, Mr. O just living. You know what it is. And get that merchandise, too. They got some new merchandise out, man. Shout out to
Yeah,
them.
that's what's up. Yeah, shout outs to the bros, man. Man, they put in good work giving out the game, man. So definitely check the channel out. There was something else I was gonna say too, but stay tuned for this Saturday is ladies' night, right? Yeah, so this Saturday is ladies' night.
Yes, sir.
So 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, ladies' night, and then this Sunday we're having a surprise. We're actually having another surprise interview. So Sunday, 1 o'clock Pacific time. Nobody don't want to miss this. I'm telling you right now, you do not want to miss this. This is something that's going to be totally unexpected. Okay, so stick
And
around. Sunday,
And we got an interview Wednesday, too. We got an interview Wednesday, too. It's coming Wednesday, too, coming up. So, yeah. It's Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it backstage. So there's a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, I gotta give you an update too, though. So But
Yes,
anyways,
yes.
we'll keep it in house. But anyways, yes, he says I appreciate you guys. We appreciate you as well too, Mr. O. Just living. You and Big Health. Well, and with that being said, shout outs to G Forever. I know, the joke was awkward, but at the same time, we definitely appreciate your apology, and we also appreciate you for supporting us on National Relationships on our Twitch channel as well. So we definitely appreciate that. And then with that being said, everybody stick around, stay tuned for our next upcoming topics and all that. Oh, don't forget about Rico and Arshawn, and then of course our Thursday night topics as well too. Most of it are going 7 o'clock p.m. Anyways, I'm getting tired and it's time for me to hurry up and get to sleep. So with that being said, just everybody get your minds right. That's all I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna keep it simple. And then with that, let me go ahead and cut this goddamn music off if I can. Okay. Good night, everyone. It was definitely fun. And let me go ahead and make sure I highlight this. Hold on. Definitely check out Mr. O Just Living on his YouTube channel. You'll see him and Big Health. And one last thing. Shout out to K. Marion. Mental health should be taken seriously. So let's talk about it. And where the discussion leads to solutions, national self-harm prevention. And here's the number to the hotline. So whenever you're going through something or you have a friend that's going through something, you feel like the only solution is to have a professional to talk to them, save this number, give it a call, and hopefully, man, together we can help save a life. And shout outs to Blaze Brown. Another necessary conversation. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate that. Hold on for a second. Sorry, I'm just reading something in the background. See, can you bring up a second, please? Oh, I was like, why are you in the background? Go ahead, JP.
No, I just wanted to ask you, can you just, when this is done, can we all stay for a brief moment? I do better when I can have a conversation than when I have to try to be organized about what it is that I'm doing. So if we could do that, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. I
2
can stay
minutes.
for like 5 more minutes before
I
I
don't
can
even
wrap
need
it up.
that, just 2. Thank you. I
Okay,
promise.
okay, for sure. All right. Well, everybody, with that being said, we are out. Salutations, everyone, and have a good night. About to play the intro. Oh, and by the way, after when the live stream is over, please give us a comment so that way we could build an algorithm up and share this video. Seriously, share this video to your friends and your family, because this is very, very important. This is not like our usual fun topics. This is something that's serious, even though we do try to make light of most situations, but in this one, hey, we're just trying to help save a life, or help reach out to people. There's a lot of people right now, especially in our community, that's going through these issues when it comes to mental health, and it's definitely important for this video to be shared. So if anything, please give a comment so we can build an algorithm up and share this video to your friends afterwards. And then with that being said, we are out. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Play the outro.